It's today's gonna be a day. I don't know how much people are gonna like this, but yeah, today we're going to be reacting to some videos. Okay. And I don't know how kindly people will take it. So let's just start off with an easy one. Let's just watch, let's catch up on the controversy that is happening with Mr. Fnaf. I thought his name was Fizzaroli for a long time, if I'm being honest. Anyway, here we are. So let me pause the music. Let me just make sure audio's good.
Fnaf Plus has been in a ton of
Okay, it's a bit quiet.
drama recently with the
game's
creator apparently leaving.
Yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine. All right. And now, yeah, what's up, Mooney Drop? What's up, Pokes? I don't know. Anyway. Okay, we're all good. Let's...
Fnaf Plus has been in a ton of drama recently with the game's creator.
So if you didn't know, yeah, a lot of drama because of this fella right here, Fnaf. He is the creator of Fnaf Plus, and he's the only one working on it from, as far as I know. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. He is pretty much, if not, the only person working on this game, because he is the guy who was given permission by Scott to make the game.
Apparently leaving or being fired, with some thinking the game might be canceled or even delayed. So essentially, as I'm sure you guys probably already know,
I think he went on record to say that the game has been finished for like 6 months, so I don't know how true this statement is, if I'm being honest.
Fnaf Plus is a brand new game being done by the developer Fnaf that is actually officially licensed by Scott Cawthon himself in the Five Nights at Freddy's Fanverse initiative. The same initiative done by Scott, responsible for other games releasing like One Night at Flumpty's 3.
That's a good game. Love One Night at Flumpty's, love Pop Goes Arcade. Those are two really fun games.
Pop Goes Arcade, among many others. And to start the story, recently the Fnaf Security Breach Ruined DLC just ended up releasing a week or so ago at this point, with the reception of the game actually being extremely positive, despite Security Breach itself being a pretty unpopular game.
I still really don't know how to feel about Ruin, if I'm being completely honest. 'Cause, like, I think it's fine, but I don't like playing it. I just think the gameplay, like, dumbs down the experience. It's just not as creative as Security Breach. Not even to mention all the fun bugs that we used to have. Yeah, it is what it is. I guess I have brain rot because of speedrunning, but that's all my fault, I guess. So, yeah, take what I say with a grain of salt. I am brainwashed by speedrunning.
However, as you guys may remember, back in December when the base game first came out, the Fnaf Plus developer Fnaf, a now infamous and extremely controversial figure in the community for a number of reasons not related to this video, actually made an extremely long post.
Why, I hope he explains why he's infamous because of reasons not in the video. That I am now curious on. Final actual thoughts on Security Breach and the FNAF series in general. Oh god, this is gonna be a good one.
Regarding the launch itself, saying some very negative things about the state of the community, even declaring that he was no longer a fan of the franchise entirely. And
I feel like that's not controversial. I don't know why people would freak out about that. It's fine to not like a series as a whole. Alright? I've dropped many series because of bad experiences along the way. That's not that bad.
And that after the creation of Fnaf Plus, he was going to be completely leaving the community. Now this...
Okay, now that sheds some more light. Him leaving the community, or him wanting to leave the community before he's even like finished with the game, that definitely could cause some issues.
Was extremely controversial because it's hard to even want to support a
Hello,
FNAF
Benson
game from somebody who was very openly not a fan of FNAF at all at this point.
I get that. That concern is definitely valid.
Point. But the dev had insisted on multiple instances that he was trying to make FNAF Plus to fix all of the problems with the game, both previously and modern, so it made total sense. However, with the Ruined DLC just releasing and the extremely positive reception...
Playtime with Percy? I saw there was an unlisted live stream for... Oh, yeah. Who just played it? I don't know. I took a quick look at it. I don't see any interest so far, but maybe I'll watch some more of it. Definitely not this stream though.
People had been begging Fnaf to replay the game with the goal of getting him to change his mind and miss the extremely good impression.
Oh, how wrong they were.
And to make a long story short, he actually would play it a few days later, but he didn't perceive the game the same way many were hoping he would. As after playing through the full game on his live stream, he would send a now infamous tweet reading, "Well, that was boring," in response.
I don't think he's entirely wrong. The gameplay has definitely been dumbed down, and it's kind of just walking simulator, especially the daycare. The daycare was actually like the most disappointing part of the game. The fact that Moon literally just stands there and just kind of yells a bunch. That was really underwhelming. And then you go outside and then you see the endos. Those guys were pretty cool, except for the fact that they are now, in my head, just a pain in the ass because speedrunning.
Onto the game, which was, of course, extremely controversial, as many people in the comments and quote tweets were tearing Fnaf apart, essentially claiming he was being biased or was just being overly harsh on the game, since for the...
I mean, I was being biased. I know that for a fact. I am biased because speedrunning.
Most part, there really isn't anything inherently wrong with the title that stands out, at least compared to Security Breach itself. It was just your average daily Twitter hot take, nothing much to really say about it.
I don't even think that's a hot take. Like, come on, the gameplay is literally just walking simulator, especially the nodes. The nodes are way too repetitive to like be fun or anything. And then it introduces, what was it? What did it introduce after that? It had like the nodes, then Black Rabbit, and it had more child nodes. And the mazes. What else did it have? Whatever, I'm
However,
blanking.
this would all shift an entirely new direction when somebody in the general FNAF community would message a now deleted response to Fnaf, saying that whenever he ends up releasing FNAF Plus finally, everybody should just tweet saying, "Well, that was boring." Kind of as a meme and a little jab at Phil. It seemed to be pretty lighthearted to me. I didn't really see anything wrong with this. But apparently, Fnaf fans did not agree.
Oh, that's what I got wrong. I said people were sending all the threats to Fizz. No, it was the other way around. All of Fiznom's fan. Okay, yeah.
The creator would then report receiving all sorts of threats on their life from Phil's own fans, along with troll videos showing a ton of violence in support of Phil. Now, whether or not this is the developer's fault is really a hot topic that is not worth speaking on right now.
I don't think it's his fault. Like, this is the FNAF community we're talking about. So he's going to have a lot of FNAF fans who think they are fucking saviors for sending a threat to some random online individual. No, that's definitely not his fault. You can't stop the loud minority that is all these bad actors. I don't think that's his fault at all. He could definitely discourage it, but it's not going to work. We've seen this time and time again.
Now, however, a few hours after this all went down on a random thread discussing the drama, Fnaf would actually end up replying, making his first response, essentially memeing on the entire situation, asking his own fans to send him the threats instead of to other people, which, as you
Okay, that's totally fine.
Could expect, was an extremely controversial thing to tweet because it's just kind of a weird thing to post in response to something like this.
Definitely weird,
as the controversy began to ramp up, he would even make a mock apology, leading to a now
Wait, what?
banned Google document.
A mock apology,
the controversy
huh?
began to ramp up, he would even make a
serious, honest apology. Yeah, that'll definitely piss people off.
mock apology, leading to a now banned Google document that originally led to a Rickroll, which while a
Yeah, that'll definitely just piss people off.
a lot of people originally defended Fnaf, saying that he's not inherently responsible for his own fans.
You're right, he's not, but he is responsible for his action, and his actions were to troll some more. He was just like, no, everything's fine, guys. Please send me the death threats. And then he started trolling more, making everyone else more. Oh my
which
God.
I'd say is fair enough. He can't really control what other people do on the internet.
Exactly.
But the weird responding and trolling the whole situation
Exactly.
is really what turned a lot of people against him. And
my
as the
God.
problem just began to get worse and worse, along with Fiznom's name, hashtags like cancel FNAF Plus from the fanverse and hashtag fire Phil Morg started to trend on Twitter, with the court of public opinion also sort of making its judgment, as a mass amount of people began vowing to simply never play FNAF Plus anymore in protest to Fiznom's previous comments. However, whether you think Phil is in the right or wrong isn't really much of the focus here, because a few days after this drama all played out, it was...
Oh, thank you. Yes, world record was definitely hard to get. I was the only one there. I think if I submitted like a 24-hour run, I still would have gotten it. But thank you anyway, because I did actually try on that run.
It's reported that Steam has completely removed Fiznom's name as the developer of...
Really? I need to look at that right now. Okay, so I have it on my wish list. This will be quick. Wish list, FNAF Plus. Publisher Click Team. Oh, whoops. It's playing the music from the... That is funny. Yeah, they did. That's crazy. Okay.
His game FNAF Plus, deleting all of his credits.
Yep.
While moving over to Twitter, it was revealed a while ago he was actually unfollowed by the FNAF Plus developer account, and they completely removed any mention of Fiznom as the developer from their Twitter.
Oh my God. Wishlist on Steam created by Phil Morg, Fiznom. Wow. That's... Yeah, they really don't. They just don't want to associate with them.
Bio. So quite clear.
It's gotta just be not because like he's done anything like actually wrong. He's just not a good public figure, and they don't want to associate with him like that because of it.
Really, whatever happened here, it was 100% intentional, and it wasn't some Steam mistake or anything where they accidentally removed him. This was 100% on purpose. But with all this being said, what's going on with Fiznom and what's happening with FNAF Plus?
Hello,
well,
Jace.
there's three theories I've seen hanging around. The first one is that the dev might have actually gotten fired by Scott Cawthon himself after the drama, and this actually makes a decent amount of sense on the surface, because
it really
there's been so much controversy regarding the release of FNAF Plus already, along with a lot of other fanverse games, oddly enough. So I suppose it would be possible that Scott himself might have taken action against Phil. The second theory for what could have happened here is that...
I don't know if Scott himself would do that, but if he did, we have like no way of knowing unless Green Boy confirms it himself.
Fiznom could have also left on his own accord. As with the drama, there has been a ton of hate coming towards him and a lot of attacks of his character. I'm sure he's getting a ton.
I feel like with the way he was handling the situation, that definitely can't be it, because he doesn't like care, it seems. So it definitely could not have been of his own accord.
Of nasty DMs as we speak. So it also...
I'm just gonna put it out there. I don't think he's mature enough to step away himself.
Be within the realm of possibility that maybe the drama got Fiznom to fully resign from the creation of the game and take a step back from the FNAF community, which he has already mentioned wanting to do for a little.
Phil said he's taking a break. I think it's I don't think it's a self-imposed break, is what I'm saying. What the tree snake did I stumble into? Huh? Are you reciting poems now, Kara? Also, welcome back. Haven't seen you in a while. Mooned mind catching me up. What is happening?
A while now. Or there's the third option, which is that
Fiznom
could be hiding his involvement or shadowing the project, at least for a little while the drama blows over. Since the name Fiznom at this point is just becoming more and more controversial, so maybe he stepped away from lead developer and is still working on it behind the scenes, just isn't the one front and center. Because in all reality, it's not like Phil could just be removed from the development entirely. He has most likely done a ton of work to create the game, and in fact, in some tweets that were most likely jokes, he also poked fun at the idea of already being done with the game.
Yeah, that's what I was referencing. I delay the release by a day every time someone asks for it.
for literally multiple months, even correcting himself saying he specifically had it finished for 3 months, which while most likely was just a big troll, it is completely possible the game was being held back, especially since he was and always has been extremely against people asking him about the game. And we saw people closer to him like Kane Carter already having the game on their Steam. But I don't know, I personally doubt it. The biggest issue with all this being said though is that Phil was not only removed from any mentions of the website, but he was also banned from the community forum, showing that whatever this situation was, it's more likely than not that he was actually removed by somebody else in the development team rather than leaving on his own accord, because why would he be banned? I mean, as of right now, there hasn't been any statement from Fnaf, which is extremely interesting, and to be honest, we don't actually even know if this is in any way related to the recent drama at all. Although if I had to guess, it probably is, especially since it had became a mini trend for people to send emails to Scott Cawthon asking for him to remove Fnaf from the fanverse entirely.
Really? That's so silly. Oh my god.
The main developer aside, what does that actually mean for the game, Fnaf Plus? Because with this, there's actually been a lot of questions around whether or not the game is canceled or delayed or even coming out earlier. And
I'm just gonna say it. If Fnaf Plus never comes out, I really don't mind. It's just like one stream less of content, in my opinion. I doubt I would like play it and my life would change and I would have to come back to it like every other day. I just don't see that happening. So I don't think I'm missing out on much if it does get canceled.
And to try and answer the questions the best, I could say it's pretty safe to say that Fnaf Plus is most likely not at all canceled. As if you didn't know, alongside Fnaf, the game was being published by Click Team, which are actually the same exact company who I believe developed the official console ports for Five Nights at Freddy's.
That's not a great thing to have under your belt. The console versions kind of suck. Anyway, Click Team. So I guess I was wrong. You have a stream idea? Let's hear it.
Is meaning they actually have a lot of first-hand experience working with official FNAF games, and without Phil, assuming this means he's even fully gone, which it very well could.
FNAF timelines?
They could also
Fuck,
most likely
dude.
just release the game on.
If you look in the description, I have a Rytos video that just came out. I have it ready. I'm probably gonna watch that one too, man. Oh my god. Yeah. There is one video I'm saving for last. It is the important one. Let me just switch screens, because I don't want to accidentally reveal any tabs I might have that I don't want people to see. Oh, it's a 30-minute video? Fuck. Alright. I'll live. It'll be fine. Trust. Whatever. Let's do thing. Let's do thing, indeed. Oh, damn. I guess I just revealed the videos we're watching. Fuck. I tried. I lasted a good 2 minutes. Anyway.
On their own, and I doubt either way they'd want to cancel it, especially since it has so
Bro's
much hype
bad at puzzles. Look at this. Oh my god.
around it. And as much as the work of the game was based around Fnaf and his own talent, it was also based around getting the chance to relive the original FNAF game with an officially licensed remaster that had been worked on for literally years at this point. So it is also possible that the game could still release, and still release with success at that. But in terms of any sort of delays, to be honest, it's really hard to gauge how much work he has done with the game at this point, since we've been getting gameplay and mini teases for years now
look
on a
great.
game that at its core is a point-and-click survival horror title. It's not too complex. So it at least seems that most likely the game has to at least be near
I don't know about that frame rate. That was interesting.
the completion around the time of this news. And in fact, some even think it could come out sooner than we thought, especially since FNAF's 9th anniversary is just around the corner. So
Is it really? Oh my god. I need to... let me check my schedule real quick. Holy shit. I think... so I'm actually not going to be able to stream for a handful of days. Let's just get that out of the way right now. Let's talk about it. So this is Agosto. Alright. I am not very free for the 8th. 9th. Fuck. Alright, never mind. 10th. I am... wow, I'm getting put in the fucking... okay. That sucks. Let me just check one more time. tomorrow and the day after. Okay, so if I want to, I could stream tomorrow, but it would not be very long. And then I could also stream on the 9th, maybe. But yeah, other than that, no Sunday. And I think Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are off limits as well. Or was it just Monday? Anyway,
It'll be interesting
see.
to see what updates or possibly more they could have for us in the future. But speaking overall, FNAF Plus aside, this definitely was a massive negative for the community. Because whether or not you're on the side of the people who think Fnaf should lose his job and be kicked from the fanverse, or if you're on the side of people who think the community completely overreacted, either
I think there was a lot of... Oh, I muted it. I think there's a lot of overreaction on both sides. Yeah, no. Fnaf should have just shut his mouth, dude. That was definitely a bad move. But also, the community. Dude, this community is so rabid sometimes. And it's really disappointing saying, like, you're a FNAF fan. Because being a FNAF fan is associated with, like, so many negative connotations. And it's because of the vocal minority.
either way, it's put up one of the
And children.
most exciting projects in the past couple months into jeopardy, with the creator of it possibly being completely left out of the picture, which I think, regardless of the drama, wouldn't really be fair for him to have his name credit for the work that he did be taken away, controversy and dumb tweets aside. Because in my opinion, if he helped make the game, he should be given credit at least somewhere and have his name on it, rather than just having any mention of him removed like it wasn't his idea or creation in the first place. However, with that being said, it's still very much Scott's property, and it's within his right to pretty much do whatever he wants, I guess.
Also, very
let me know your
true.
thoughts on everything. Are you still excited for FNAF Plus, and when do you think it'll release? Subscribe if you...
I don't think Scott would be that mean to just completely, like, remove his crediting. I don't think Scott would do that. Assuming he personally saw to it that Fnaf was, like, removed at all.
If you enjoyed, and peace out, guys.
Alright. Well, that's number 1 down. Let's let's go to number 2. Oh wait, it's right here. Oh shit.
Security Breach Ruin came out and blew away effectively 99% of the fan base, and it
Why is it lit
reignited a
up? Alright,
passion
cool,
in the
whatever.
fandom that was honestly a little
How loud?
needed. But
I don't think it's that loud. It's not that loud, but also it's loud for me. So I'm gonna just okay. Scott is Scott, true.
one of the most intriguing parts about Ruin is the lore that it presented. New characters, new animatronics, even new protagonists,
I wouldn't say Monty's a new animatronic.
and Cassie. We don't get
Cassie is pretty awesome. I will admit, I don't have a whole lot of complaints about Cassie. Did anyone see that Vanny video? The thumbnail? I don't know. I wasn't paying
all
attention.
that much information about her compared to other video game protagonists, but for FNAF standards, we honestly know a lot about her. Or
True.
do we, really?
True.
Slices, put on your aprons, and let's bake ourselves a theory. So what is the story of Cassie? At first, all we know is that she's a girl of a similar age to Gregory,
A
and
very
that she's
lonely
friends with
girl,
him
I don't know.
enough to go to this scary abandoned pizzaplex to meet him. As the game goes on, we begin to learn more about her. When we pick up the Roxy talkie after hearing Gregory's voice, we learn that he's trapped under Roxy Raceway and that we agree to go find him. We also learn that Roxanne Wolf is Cassie's favorite character. Keep that in mind because it's important later on. Quickly after, we learn more about Cassie's family, namely her father. When we pick up the Faz Wrench, one of the main 3 items in the game, she remarks that it looks just like her dad's.
Okay, but we really don't know that much about him, other than he liked Bonnie, he was a collector of the Fazbear merchandise, and what else? And he was a technician. That was also an important one.
Her dad? The Faz Wrench is an item described as being used by Faz technicians. So this implies that her father was a Faz technician at the Pizzaplex, if this one looks just like his.
What the fuck? Okay.
But that's not the only information about her father that affirms this detail. Later, when we get an AR Glam
Hello, Bacon King. Welcome back.
and Bonnie plush, Cassie notes that her father never told her what happened to him. If her father knew what happened to him, he would have not only had to be part of the company, but pretty high up. Not only does this nearly confirm that he worked for the Pizzaplex, but he also worked here fairly recently. We're not talking about some
I don't know about the whole he would have to be pretty high up. I feel like the lower employee, like in one of the bags for base security breach, it was talking about some random employee, and he's like, "Oh, dude, what am I? Do we have an approved response for what happened to Bonnie?" I don't think that is correct.
Someone who used to work at the Pizzaplex but retired and is living with his daughter. Bonnie was put out of commission so quickly that although they did change most of the art in the Pizzaplex, they still didn't have an official corporate story to what happened to Bonnie as of security breach. We can honestly assume that her father was most likely working there until at least security breach, which brings me to something else about her father. A lot of the information we get about him describes him in the past tense. Dad wouldn't tell me instead of dad won't tell me. My dad used to collect these instead of my dad collects these. Bonnie was my dad's favorite instead of Bonnie is my dad's favorite.
And
the
your point
repeated use of
being?
the past tense makes me assume that her father is most likely dead.
Okay. Let's keep going.
For who knows how long, but at least long enough that being reminded of him with the Faz wrench didn't seem to upset her. And for a while, that's really all we get about Cassie. Honestly, that's all we get about her for the majority of the game. But then Roxy Raceway starts telling us more, starting with the Roxy Salon. We get a bunch of cardboard cutouts of Roxy hanging out with Cassie, having a great day, doing their makeup and things like that. We also get these two cardboard cutouts back to back of Gregory giving something to Cassie, and then Cassie in tears
That looks like a handkerchief. I don't know about you.
looking at Gregory's missing posters. It seems as though we're right to assume that Cassie really likes Roxy, although at this point we're not 100% sure why. We can also assume that this is part of the reason why Cassie is so willing to help Gregory. They are close friends if these images are to be believed. And then of course, the scene that gave a lot of us a lot of dread, shutting off Roxy right outside of the end of the game. However, when we encounter Roxy, she gives us a lot of information. She tells us that she remembers our special day, most likely a birthday party, and most likely our 11th birthday party. Now, she just says it was the birthday. Gives us a lot of information. She tells us that she remembers.
It is on the 11th. I don't know what you're saying about the 11th birthday, because it says right here, if I remember correctly, it is on the 11th, not it was the 11th. Saying it is on the 11th is suggesting that she is talking about the day of the month.
Remembers our special day, most likely a birthday party, and most likely our 11th birthday party. Now, she just says it was the 11th, so this could be a date, but the lack of a month suggests that it was our 11th birthday. And finally, she says, I'm sure your friends will show up next time. Have you booked your party yet? And
yeah, no, I still, no.
suddenly, everything clicks. That's why Roxy is her favorite. That's why she's so willing to help Gregory this.
How do you download hacks on Xbox? I think you have to mod it from your computer. What the hell? What? Y'all are having a whole conversation.
Far
Jesus.
in this dangerous mission. Cassie has no other friends. On her 11th birthday, she was completely alone. Her father didn't even show up. He might have already been dead by the time that happens. There's only one animatronic there, Roxy. She tries to have a fun day, bonding with Roxy, doing makeovers and everything like it, but it only helps so much. She's still sad and alone. Until Gregory, that is. He comes to her birthday.
What I want to know is how she was first placed twice. Did she just like... Is Roxy suggesting that she has been there twice? Or just like... She won twice while there?
And they become friends quickly. She's willing to go this far to save Gregory because he is her only friend.
That makes sense.
She has to save him, just like he saved her. After this,
Can't be daycare? Bruh. It's base security breach. Just break his AI. It's not that hard. Is it theory about FNAF, bro? No, this is about Cassie.
admittedly rough moment, we go deeper down. We find the room keeping the thing in the basement locked away. Turning off Mexis and breaking down the wall, we...
Did he make a reference to the Candy Cadet story right there?
encounter it. What we thought was Gregory. We encounter the Mimic. Roxy, somehow still alive, saves us apparently, for a time being. And Gregory, the real Gregory, gets a hold of us. He tells us that he's been trying to get a hold of us this whole time, which I am inclined to believe. After all, halfway through the game, there's a rare moment that only some people got. This jump scare.
Do you need assistance?
Bastard.
What do you mean rare moment? That is scripted.
Do you need assistance?
Anyway.
Do you need assistance?
Away. Can occasionally be replaced with this.
Okay. He said rare jump scare and then it played the scripted one that was just normal. And then he says it can be replaced with, oh my god.
Gregory?
That feels like the real Gregory trying to get a hold of Cassie, to me anyway. He tells us to listen to his friend's instructions to get us to an elevator to escape. Once there, he lets us know more about Mexus, that it was created and designed to escape.
No
Once there,
shot.
He lets us know more about Mexus.
No shot. Bro is actually built like Summon Skull in the Toon World. That is crazy. Nah, Yugi would be mad.
That it was created and designed to hide this thing in the basement. Then he switches tone, tells us that he's sorry, but he has to make sure that we're not followed, and drops the elevator. Now, I have reasons to believe that Gregory isn't the one talking to us at the end of this ending, and instead the Mimic took back over, but that's a topic for another video. For now, we're focusing on Cassie, but is that it? What else could we possibly know about her? Well, I think there is more to her and her father, and the key to solving it, frankly, is through the premise of the game. Gregory never wanted Cassie to go to the Pizzaplex, so the initial message that she got from Gregory to meet at the Pizzaplex was fake. Okay, so then the Mimic sent that message. Well, therein lies the problem. How did the Mimic contact Cassie?
Exactly.
Or why did he even think to contact her in the first place? Sure, the
Also
Mimic
true.
can learn Gregory's voice from the security logs throughout the Pizzaplex, but why would it know to contact Cassie? Or how could it even reach her? It has
That's what I want to know. More than anything, I want to know, how did it contact Cassie from outside the Pizzaplex? Despite the fact that we know it had to be from within that, oh my god, he contacted her. And then in the game, she goes to get the walkie-talkie so she can actually talk to the fake Gregory, and it just doesn't make sense because she can't do it without it. Oh, it's... let's hear it.
no service, no freedom, no money. The only thing it could do is something free and easy that supports someone, like subscribing to my new second channel.
I'm mad.
It'll be
Yep,
all the
yep,
Mimic
yep.
could physically do is wander around the room that it's locked in. But if you look around the room we're adjacent to, putting on the Freddy mask, you'll see a bunch of destroyed security nodes lying around the floor. It was
I watched this stream. They pointed that out, and I'm like, huh? Destroyed security nodes, huh?
destroying its bonds while it was in its cage. That's why
Oh. Okay.
I think Gregory and Vanny cemented over the door. They knew it was already trying to break out. And specifically, I think Gregory and Vanessa are the ones that cemented him into that room specifically because of the Gregory backpack right outside the vent, right outside the room. But that's, again, theory for another day. Whatever locked it down here started placing security nodes all over the Pizzaplex to try to distance it from the ones it was already breaking. Which means, in some digital way, it can reach into this room. And what do we have in this room? The machine that was created to contain it that presumably it can't directly interact with, and the console used to modify the machine, but it's a console nonetheless. So who would have used that console last? Well, let's step back and get a broader picture to see if we can answer that. A recurring theme in the duffel bag messages of Security Breach is that although she wasn't being sloppy, Vanny's shenanigans were starting to be noticed by several of the human staff. But right as a few of them were about to uncover something big, they
got
were all
killed.
called in to the all-staff meeting. Specifically, one that was after hours, Cake was promised at, and that all service staff were required to go to. Now, a lot of people have theorized that although mass firing was already taking place because
Is he gonna... Is he gonna suggest that, like in the books, the Mimic killed all of these people? and then that's gonna lead to why the blob exists and is mad at what the mimic, which would be burn trap in the burn trap ending.
Because of the staff-bot success, this all-staff meeting was
Let's
Vanny's way
see.
of tying up any loose ends, killing off people that would have otherwise uncovered what was really going on. Pretty
Yes.
much any service staff who would be poking around places they shouldn't be. Mainly people like janitors, kitchen workers, and technicians. Technicians, just like Cassie's dad. Well, we know he's dead,
Okay.
but why would we assume that he was getting too close
Don't say that. We don't know he's dead. You just said I assumed. That is not knowing, alright?
to Vanny? What could he have found? Why was he digging? The answers lie in Candy Cadet. Right before the ending of the game, we see Candy Cadet, who tells us a 5-part story. The
Interesting. He's gonna try to link Candy Cadet and, the Cassie's dad. Let's see.
story
Okay.
tells us about a mother and a son who live in a cabin in the woods.
Yes.
In the woods, there's a monster that the mother locks in the basement. Every night, the mother sings a lullaby to the son and then leaves.
Yes.
Eventually, the monster stops growling and instead learns the lullaby. It sings it once, the son goes to the door and opens it. The story ends there, but like, the monster kills the son. It's pretty straightforward. For a while, I was thinking that this story was detailing what Vanessa and Gregory do in between Security Breach and Ruin. They find the monster, trap it underground,
Pretty
and then
much.
eventually it learns to mimic the sun. But there's two problems with it. First off, Vanessa and Gregory aren't mother and son. They're just two people. Granted, that's not a huge issue because it is a story, so it's supposed
I think the son is supposed to be Cassie in that story. It's supposed to be, Cassie getting lured down by the mimic. And the mother is supposed to be like, Gregory and Vanessa combined in this retelling, I guess. I don't know.
to be a metaphor, but the real issue here is that in the story, the son is the one that was tricked by the lullaby. Meanwhile, Gregory isn't tricked. Cassie is the one that falls for it. But now I'm thinking that it wasn't about Vanessa and Gregory at all, but it was about a family. Okay, I think I've got it. Here's the real story of Cassie and her father. Mr. Cassie's dad worked at the Pizzaplex since its inception. Gifted with technology and a deep lover of the franchise, Bonnie was his favorite after all. He thought his talents could lend to the creation of something wonderful. And as a fast technician, it did. Oh, okay, bye. He was able to work alongside the animatronic characters that he loved, and his daughter Cassie could stay at the daycare while he did it. It was
Okay.
hard for her to make friends, spending most of her time at the daycare of the Pizzaplex, but she understood that this was for the best. Besides, she did have a lot of fun at the daycare, and having a dad who worked at the Pizzaplex came with its benefits. She was able to ride the Foxy log flume, although
What? The log ride was functional? Bruh.
it was never open to the public. But
Oh, she was
benefits.
special.
She was able to ride the Foxy log flume, although it was never
Wow, okay.
open to the public. But when Bonnie, her dad's favorite animatronic, seemed to disappear one day, he got a lot more focused on his work. She asked him what happened to Bonnie, but he refused to tell her. Truthfully, he wasn't too sure himself. Bonnie goes to Monty Gator Golf one night out of nowhere, and suddenly he turns up in the back of Bonnie Bowling, destroyed, surrounded by a smashed bowling ball. None of it made sense. Nothing added up. So he started snooping. He traced the electrical signals going from the animatronics, trying to figure out what was causing them to act erratically. Eventually, he found a current of electricity pooling underneath Roxy Raceway. The same current electricity that was causing all of these brownouts.
What? Am I just fucking stupid and Mr. Rytoast is a technician or something?
Going even deeper, eventually he found it. The mimic, the creature underneath the Pizzaplex that's being locked away. He's confused and doesn't really understand what's going on, but between the mimic being there, the Mexus machine, and the console to use it, he starts to piece things together. As a fast technician, Mr. Cassie's dad would be pretty smart, and so he works on the
Okay.
Mexus unit, placing security nodes all over the basement and expanding its coverage. He
Yes.
begins placing security nodes throughout the facility, trying to cut off off its access points. And to make sure no one messes with these security nodes, he creates sort of a digital watchdog that can tell when someone's trying to hack
Did he just say that Cassie's... Okay.
security out the facility, trying to cut off its access points. And to make sure no one messes with these security nodes, he creates sort of a digital watchdog that can tell
Where the hell is your evidence? Bro is just telling a story right now. A story that he made up. What the fuck? You can't just say that this character that we know pretty much nothing about is one, dead, and two, made Mexis one of the like main plot points of Ruin. You can't just... Oh my god. Let me watch that again.
being there, the Mexis machine current of electricity pooling underneath Roxy Raceway.
Sure.
The same current electricity that was causing all of these brownouts. Going even deeper, eventually he found it. The mimic, the creature underneath the Pizzaplex that's being locked away. He's confused.
Oh, okay. So he's talking about the bags for the first, the pooling of electricity or whatever. He's talking about the duffel bags from Security Breach. And the brownouts, I think, were mentioned as well in the bags.
Confused and doesn't really understand what's going on.
But this right here is such a leap. You can't just say that Cassie's dead. Oh my god.
But between the mimic being there, the Mexis machine, and the console to use it, he starts to piece things together.
Yeah,
As a fast
sure.
technician, Mr. Cassie's dad would be pretty smart. And
Yes.
so he works on the Mexis unit, placing
That is so crazy of a jump. You have no evidence. You need to, like, back it up. Bro said my sources, I made it the fuck up.
security nodes all over the basement and expanding its coverage. He begins placing security nodes throughout the facility, trying to cut off its access points. And
But why? But why? You're assuming he knows about the mimic.
to make sure no one messes with these security nodes, he creates sort of a digital watchdog that can
And that is the biggest leap of all. What?
tell when someone's trying to hack in. Once it finds that person, it simply summons a nearby animatronic. After all, most animatronics in the facility are programmed to be able to handle and safely extract any ne'er-do-wells. So what's the harm in having a distress signal? He styles this watchdog after his favorite animatronic, Bonnie. But before he can finally finish the entire system, he's called to the all-staff meeting. We cut
That is... Jesus Christ.
to much later. The mimic eventually is able to disable all of the nearby security nodes, but it still can't get out. There's security nodes that are just too far away and it can't reach. It needs a decoy. It needs someone else to deactivate those on its behalf so it can leave. It once again digitally extends to the nearby room, and it finds the console. Not only that, it finds that someone was logged in to the console recently. Mr. Cassie's dad. Someone who would not only have credentials in the system,
Wait, what?
those on its behalf so it can leave. It once again digitally extends to the nearby room, and it finds the console. Not only that, it finds that someone
Talking about
was
the
logged
mimic?
into the console recently. Mr. Cassie's dad.
You're saying it... The mimic...
Someone who would not only have credentials in the system, but a linked daughter in the system who stayed at the daycare. A daughter with contact information. Using the only voice it's been able to mimic, Gregory, it reaches out to that daughter. And luckily enough, she responds.
That is the reason you think all of this. Because of the fact that somehow the mimic got a hold of Cassie. Why couldn't it have been like because of the... You're always talking... He was talking constantly about the extending virtually to touch all these electrical things and the nodes and all that, blah, blah, blah. But Cassie... Gregory's backpack is there. Why can the theory just be that, like, because Gregory's backpack is there, we can assume that maybe the mimic... Fucking, I don't know, Gregory left his phone and that's how the mimic then mimicked Gregory to getting Cassie and all this blah 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 blah. That would make a little bit more sense. But no. You said it was his dad, her dad. And you're like, yes, he definitely just went down here. And unfortunately, he got called up into the all-staff meeting. Because of the all-staff meeting, I definitely can believe that he's probably dead. But all these leaps and bounds are
I want to be
fucking
very
crazy.
clear here. I don't think Mr. Cassie's dad was actually the one to build Mexus. The machine
Then why did you say it? Then why did you say it? Oh
is
my.
incredibly rusted and aged. It's honestly the oldest looking thing in that room. I think somebody else entirely built Mexus, but it's someone we know. However, covering that is going to need to be its own video. For
Gregory said that the mimic has been down there a long time. So, it definitely could not have been Vanessa and or Gregory doing that. Mex's is just way older. But also, I don't know. It's just it's too much.
now, if you want to know about everything else that happens in Ruin, the video's right there going over all the lore.
I don't want to watch any more Right Toast. Holy shit. Here is the video that like put me on this course. I don't think I've watched all of it, but I just found this on my recommended after I think yesterday's stream. And oh boy, what a theory it is. Not theory. What a review. I have a lot of differing opinions. Henry? Based on what evidence? Huh? Alright, anyway.
Ruin came closer and closer. As the release date for FNAF Ruin came closer and closer, I started to become cautiously optimistic that this DLC would actually be good. Despite
Same.
hating almost everything in Security Breach, like the graphics, the story, the direction the franchise
I feel like the graphics were good. Come on. Come on, give it that. It was just... It wasn't what we wanted. We wanted a scary game. And then they gave us this, very neon 80s what's it called, like fucking oh hey, look at that, Kids Cool. I did not know I had that on top. Anyway, I forgot what I was gonna say.
went, I couldn't help but get really excited for Ruin after seeing its initial reveal trailer back in May. The
True.
DLC seemed to be
It's
a
pretty cool.
darker, more
Look at these flowers right there. It's like a memorial. I definitely didn't notice that on my first playthrough.
atmospheric take on the location seen in Security Breach. The Pizzaplex is now shut down and destroyed. We take the role of a new protagonist by the name of Cassie, and it is up to us to find Gregory in the Pizzaplex.
Yes.
Things like the improved camera mechanics and the new animatronic designs
I wouldn't call them improved camera mechanics. I would call them camera mechanics. Because the fact that the cameras in Security Breach are completely unnecessary. Benny is a big part in the lore, but we don't see her much. What if she was in the basement making mexes? Because we know that from Gregory, that mexes is fucking old. And so is the mimic.
which appear to be actually somewhat scary, had me genuinely excited to see if this DLC could give me something to like from Security Breach, and proof
And so did I. But at the same time, I did not think that they could make Security Breach scary by just like roughening up the animatronics. I didn't think it was possible.
to me that Steel Wool is capable of making an actual horror game, which is both fun and scary. And now here we are in July. The DLC finally released, and when I played it, I was truly surprised.
As was I.
The game opens up with Cassie arriving at a now worn down and destroyed Pizzaplex.
Yes.
The life of the Pizzaplex seems to be gone. No longer are we greeted with bright neon lights and an inviting location. We are instead thrown into a dark, eerily quiet building that seems to have been abandoned for years.
Pretty cool.
Trash and graffiti are scattered around, indicating that this place has been
I don't know what this shot is, but he definitely should have brightened it up.
out of commission for a while. Right off the bat, I immediately noticed how significantly the graphics have improved. Not only is
He couldn't have made mexes because we know that the security breach is built on top of the Pizzaplex is built on top of the Pizzeria Sim location in which Henry died in. It's not possible.
the lighting beautiful to look at, but all of the textures make the place feel worn down and gritty. One of my
Yes.
biggest complaints with Security Breach is that a lot of the game lacked texture and felt very cartoony and just
Yeah.
not really that scary.
Definitely
But
true.
as soon as we load into Ruin, it is clear that this issue is no longer present. The game truly does look beautiful, and I could only imagine how it would have looked if I
don't
could
know
run
who
it at
Edwin
max
is.
settings with RTX. As we enter further into the depths of the Pizzaplex, we stumble across a flashlight and use it to continue our search for Gregory. The entire building is in ruin, which makes the rooms feel a lot
You said it in ruin, haha.
more claustrophobic, with debris scattered around, heavily limiting your movement. Unlike Security Breach, which gave us access to the entire Pizzaplex as a sort of open world style
It did that at the end of the game. It let you actually explore the Pizzaplex like halfway through it.
game, Ruin is instead a linear experience with more scripted cinematic moments.
No, that Monty one specifically didn't work for me the first time, and it actually didn't work for a lot of players the first time, because that's your only way to escape Monty if he just spawns in through mexes. So like, it literally, I don't know, it wasn't cinematic enough if that's what they were going for.
This was such a huge relief to me when I began my playthrough because I found the open world of Security Breach to be genuinely horrible,
It was horrible, but I still found it more fun than the linearity that was Ruin, unfortunately.
especially during the end of the game when you weren't even allowed to save. As a Security Breach hater, I couldn't be happier that most of the mechanics for that game are gone.
Yeah, end of the game was pretty rough, but I did like how at that point you pretty much just get to get some cool collectibles. I don't like the daycare part. Books are parallel universe. That is just not true. We don't know that. We don't know that at all.
We no longer have Glamrock Freddy by our side. We can't check the cameras with our watch anymore.
The cameras suck in both games. In both games, the cameras are absolute shite. Alright? That first Monty section where it teaches you how to use the cams is so bad. I have run through it multiple times with absolutely no issue. There is zero danger in that tutorial, and I absolutely hate it. Because then you use that mechanic like twice. Once when it was required for Roxy, and once when it was required, if the game functions, for Chica. It's, yeah, no, not good. Chica can also just run into a wall and despawn.
We no longer need to charge our flashlight, and
That is a legit fix. Along with the saves. The auto-saving is pretty nice to have, and so is the flashlight. Just, existing until it doesn't, you know?
saves are automatic. These changes all streamline the game so much and allow the devs to do some genuinely cool things in this DLC.
Yeah, there are some pretty cool things in the DLC, but let's hear what he has to say.
After finding a walkie-talkie that Cassie uses to talk to Gregory, we continue our path forward, going through a
Yes.
vent before we fall into a now filthy, dark kitchen. After making our way through all of the trash and insects that have inhabited the kitchen,
The kitchen definitely looks very cool, I will say.
we run into a familiar face.
I found this jump scare to be very obvious, along with the other, like, 5 that are at the start of the game.
Chica,
I did not enjoy these.
what happened to you?
Not because I got scared, but because I didn't.
Okay, so right now I want to talk about 2 things. First of all, another trend you'll notice as this DLC goes on is that the animation work, especially on the animatronics, is just so amazing.
That's true. We don't get to see this animation up close pretty much.
The animatronics are now back to having that uncanny, twitchy type of movement,
This animation is sick right here. I love that.
which just looks so good. Also, the
does.
other thing I wanted to talk about is the animatronic designs. Security Breach seriously failed on this part in my opinion.
Absolutely.
None of the animatronics in Security Breach are anywhere near scary.
Yeah, dude, no one's afraid of Roxanne. In fact, everyone who has ever talked about Roxanne just fucking wants to bang her, dude. Oh my god, it's ridiculous.
But thankfully with this
And everyone who talks about Monty, they're just like, oh, Chad Monty, Chad Monty. Nobody's afraid of these animatronics. And then there's Fredad. Like, that's it.
DLC, Steel will have tried very hard to fix this issue, and also gave each animatronic a charming characteristic about them, which makes each of them unique. Chica's gimmick is that she is the dirty, gross animatronic. One thing I found unbelievably stupid
I don't know why he's saying they gave them little personality quirks. Because he's saying it right here that they already had them. So I don't know if that... In fact, they actually removed Monty's personality. He just, like, grunts and roars and goes... Especially at the start of the game where he does that super predictable jump scare.
about Security Breach was how Chica would eat pizza. I always ask myself, why would an animatronic eat
I
food,
smell
and where would
pizza.
that food even be stored? But this ruined version of Chica actually plays with that idea in a really cool way. We can now
I wouldn't say it's a cool way because this, specifically,
see
actually...
a rotten
Not a fan of that. Not because it's like, oh, it's so gross, but because it looks like a nutsack.
bag of trash where the food would have been presumably stored hanging out of her stomach, as well as gross food covering her entire body. It
I
keeps
really
Chica
like the
associated with
moldy,
food, but
stretchy
in a
plastic
unique way,
cheese
and
or whatever
it
it
also looks
is.
really cool. This is honestly one of the coolest animatronic designs in the series. Also, Monty got a really cool makeover as well, but
No, I don't think he did. They kind of just took more off of him, and then they're like, all right, boys, he's done.
we'll talk about him soon. Chica remains shut down as we continue through the Pizzaplex, eventually stumbling across a Faz Wrench. The Faz Wrench is introduced for the new hacking sections in Ruin. Now, pretty frequently throughout
If you're too scared, then don't play the game.
the game, we will be asked to hack several things. We do this by using our Faz Wrench on this panel and filling up each of the tubes. This hacking is seriously easy and feels very unnecessary most of the time,
Yep.
but really it's not that big of a deal and only takes a few seconds to do.
Also
Also,
true.
it is used pretty effectively later during a
No, it's not. Because you know for a fact that the model isn't actually moving towards you.
chase sequence. After hacking the
And yeah, I verified it is not.
door and going further down, we find ourselves in a dark sewer area of the Pizzaplex. We approach a pipe which looks like it will lead to the next area when
No, what every player ever did was approach the not pipe. They went to the gate that they saw was locked. And everyone saw the like tunnel underneath, which Cassie like obviously could have climbed through, right? And she just can't because that's not part of the game. And then you go to this, you turn around and you see this pipe, and obviously something's going to jump out at you, or the pipe is going to crumble, or something. You're just ready for a jump scare, because obviously.
suddenly
Oh no! I was right. Right?
this
It's-
seriously caught me off guard on my first playthrough. Not
This guy clearly has not played enough Security Breach. I am once again biased. I have played too much of this game.
only is the jump scare out of nowhere, but just the idea of being flung into the water with this thing is truly horrifying.
I don't find Monty scary. I think he's a fucking joke. Look at this,
The
dude.
way they have taken Monty and
What an idiot. Oh my
turned him
God.
into almost
They turned Giga Chad Monty into this. You're like, bruh.
a real alligator, the way he swims around and needs to crawl is such a cool and creepy direction to take his previously boring character. This is something we have never seen before in a FNAF
Boring character? Bruh, he doesn't even talk in this. If Monty was boring before, then this has to be like the worst. Why are you praising him?
game, which I really appreciate. I always like to see new takes on how animatronics can look. As the title screen fades away, we see Cassie wake up in Monty Golf.
He is right about wanting to see new animatronic designs. I do like a lot of the designs just from the series in general.
Ow, my head. Where'd that freaky Monty thing go?
I don't know,
I
man.
better find a way out before it comes back.
We need to find our way out while also avoiding Monty at all times. The more linear
And in this tutorial section, you can avoid him by literally just like, I don't know, pretending he isn't there, because he isn't. He isn't there. He like appears on the cameras and that's all you see of him. And that's if you check the cameras. You can run right by and nothing will happen.
level design allows the game to play with the illusion that the animatronic is always on our tail.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Here, let me hear that again.
We need to find our way out while also avoiding Monty at all times. The more linear level design allows the game to play with the illusion that the animatronic is always on our tail.
I don't think it does, because of the fact that it throws in way too many just like random sound effects at the start of the game that mean nothing. And if you know anything about this game like I did, you know that all of these random sound effects, like the one right before Chica's jump scare, you know that the animatronic isn't actually there. It doesn't... I don't know, man. It's not like the blob where you can like catch it right before it disappears. It just makes a noise and it's not actually there. Until it is.
While walking around, several times we will see something fall over.
This is so lame. These jump scare, well, quote unquote jump scares, are so lame. I missed like half of them because I just wasn't looking where the game wanted me to look.
Or Monty quickly run across the screen, and these scripted moments that can't be done with open world level design just add that extra immersion, especially on someone's first playthrough.
That would be true if they are looking in the right direction.
While making our way through Monty Golf, we are greeted by
Those are some funny textures that didn't load in.
Free mask. Please take a mask. Take a mask. Take a mask.
This is the introduction to Security Breach Ruin's brand new mechanic. Now in our arsenal is a Vanny mask, which we can equip whenever we want. This mask allows us to see the augmented reality world and lets us do things like pass through objects and locate paths that otherwise wouldn't exist. To assist us with our mask is Helpy, who installed himself into our brain so he can communicate with us, even outside.
It just implies too much to be like possible suddenly, and it's like, well, damn, this could really just be a lame ass explanation for a lot of the stuff that doesn't make sense in the series.
Inside the mask.
What are you still doing here?
With the introduction of this mask, I think it's a good time to talk about Fnaf being grounded. It was at this point that I really lost all hope that Fnaf would ever go back to being how it was. As an old fan of the series who began with the very first game,
It is way too sci-fi at this point. I don't think it'll ever go back. And that makes me sad. It really does. Used to be like fantasy, I guess, but now we have this. It is what it is.
I'm not a huge fan of the route the series has taken with its universe. The technology in this series has progressed to a point where it is so unrealistic that I can no longer suspend.
Enhanced bitrate? Okay. Never mind. I attempted.
my disbelief. I used to look at FNAF as a series that was meant to take place in a somewhat grounded real world. That was probably until Sister Location. But now with Security Breach Ruin, this game goes all out with its technology.
It really does. Yeah.
And it seems like they have no plans to stop. It already felt extremely contrived that William Afton turned himself into a glitch in Help Wanted, but now we are...
That was definitely the like peak of I don't think we're going back for me. And then Security Breach happened, and yeah, I don't think we're going back.
We're literally using augmented reality to pass through objects and do even crazier stuff with it later. So yeah, if you're like me and prefer more grounded FNAF games, then this game will most likely disappoint you with that aspect. What I do appreciate though,
there's no shot Ruin takes a month later than is taking place a month after Security Breach. There's no shot. Have you seen the graffiti? Have you seen it?
Though, is Steel Wool still struck a balance between the mask sections and non-mask sections. There are still many moments in this DLC, such as the intro, where the mask is not present and is taken away from the player. This allows you to actually have those scary moments in the dark where you have nothing to
I wouldn't really call it scary moments, but yeah.
Help you but your flashlight. And in all honesty, gameplay wise, I have no problem with the mask either. It actually
I think the mask is boring, but yeah, I don't have a whole lot of like actual problems with it.
Introduces some pretty cool challenges later on in the game. My only problem with it,
a year, take it or leave it? No.
just comes down to its implications to the story and the universe of FNAF. Then again, I'm not really much into the lore like I was back in the day, so I'm interested in anyone else shares that same opinion. Using our newly found Vanny mask to navigate our way through the Pizzaplex, we stumble across our first camera station. Unlike Security Breach, where we would always have a camera on our wrist, cameras are now designated to singular stations, and I honestly couldn't be happier with this change. Security Breach's cameras were horrible. Not only did they lag extremely badly and just look awful, they were also disorienting to use every single time. Every time you would move to a different part of the Pizzaplex, you would have to refamiliarize yourself with the cameras, and with the amount of time it took to use them,
okay, but let's be fair, you're using the cameras in the atrium right now.
It just felt like a waste. In Security Breach Ruin, none of
and also, yes, they are a waste.
these issues are present. Every time you see a camera station, you know that they will be necessary to complete the section.
No, that's just not true.
Also on these cameras is an audio lure, which we are able to use to distract the animatronics and sneak around them. I should also mention that the UI has been severely improved from the Security Breach one and is now not only easier to understand, but also just looks better. Using this audio lure on the cameras, we are able to distract Monty and
using the audio lure on these cameras, we are able to pretend to have any effect on Monty at all.
Make our way out of Monty Golf. After this, we approach a door with electricity. We get a call from Gregory, who tells us that we need to disable the security node to get through the door.
Don't stop looking for me. I need your help. Gregory! Gregory! I can hear you.
If you can hear me, turn off all security. Turn it all off.
I don't have any mods in this stream right now, no. He's not a mod.
Security?
Right there is when I, like, could not even suspend my disbelief that Gregory wasn't being faked. When he said turn off all the security, I'm like, bruh. Bruh, there's no shot.
Security, no.
And also just because of the way that he phrases everything. He's like talking, and then Cassie responds, and Gregory supposedly responds back, saying, "Can you hear me?" And it's just like, bro.
Find them and turn them all off. I can't get out until that happens.
The security nodes are the backbone of this DLC's gameplay. A security node is a rabbit head you can see when you're wearing the Vanny mask, and connected to these nodes are wires, which lead to different objects we need to use our Faz wrench on. Once all wires are disabled, we can return to the bunny head and do one final hack to disable the node. I saw many people saying that these security nodes are annoying, but I honestly disagree. I think this was a good way
I don't think they're annoying, I just think they're boring.
Ruin to open up its environments, allowing itself to not become too linear. During the node sections, we're often let free in a large open environment.
I don't think these nodes make the game less linear. I think it just, what's it called? It just makes you go around the set path, but in a less obvious way, I guess.
Environment and are given the choice to approach disabling the wires in whatever order and way we want.
Gonna watch gear, what? I can't read that.
Without these sections in the game, Ruin would be too linear, so having this gameplay really adds to the experience. Also, while
I don't think it adds to the experience. I think it adds to the
wearing our
time.
Vanny mask,
It adds to the time of the experience.
we will run into the Entity, a new threat which will attack us for being in augmented reality.
Not a new
for-
threat, a new annoyance. He's just an annoying fella who either insta-kills you or spawns animatronics that will run into walls.
Too long. Although I hate this guy's design and think it looks really
Absolutely.
dumb, what he adds to the overall
looks really
gameplay
stupid.
is good. We now need to worry about
No,
avoiding threats
he doesn't add much. I really don't think this guy adds much at all. That's
in the real world and the AR world at the same time, which can lead to some seriously stressful moments. After avoiding Monty and the Entity while disabling the node, we unlock the electric door. Progressing through this door, we have to disable a few more nodes before ending up in another familiar location. Moving forward through the dark tunnels of the daycare, we stumble across the daycare attendant.
I like how he's showing every cutscene ever. Yeah, every cutscene in this game is being shown.
You want me to reboot you? With this?
Lights on! Lights on! Turn generators on!
We are then set
And
free
away
and told
he
to disable
goes.
2 generators.
Not disable, you're turning them on.
To do this, we need to make our way around the daycare and locate these computers. On this computer, we are able to do a new puzzle which involves matching objects within cameras, and doing this unlocks a new room of the Pizzaplex. After doing one of these puzzles, we can then go into this newly unlocked area and shut off the generators. After shutting off both generators, we can then approach the daycare attendant and reboot them.
Another cutscene. Yep.
Happy birthday! Warning, warning! Child in danger!
I'm just gonna-
Dangerous! Flooded with
Attendant
Yeah.
in this cutscene. It's a cool contrast going from almost being killed by them to seeing how they act
Almost being killed by the bruh. Moon/Sun was doing fuck all during the whole daycare section. He does his scripted stuff and leaves you alone unless you decide to confront him too early. Put the generator lights in what? I don't know. It's just so that the game can progress, I guess.
around children during the day. As for the gameplay in the daycare section, it really wasn't that great. I'm not sure if my game just
was pretty
glitched,
bad.
but while I needed to disable the 2 generators, I was never once attacked by the daycare attendant. This made the
Yep.
section extremely easy, and there was absolutely zero tension, which is
Yep.
really a shame because the open environment of the daycare could have led to some really cool gameplay. But instead, the daycare
True.
attendant just stands there and waits for you to reboot them.
An animatronic with good AI chasing you through like one of the daycare maze, that'd be sick, dude.
Luckily, what comes next actually did have really cool gameplay. We now need
Yeah,
to
the
disable
endos, I
another
think, were
node
cool.
which has 3 wires connected to it. The only
Find them
problem-
annoying now because, once again, speedrunning. But They were pretty cool.
Is a bunch of endoskeletons seen in security breach are surrounding us. What makes it worse is equipping our Vanny mask to disable the nodes causes the endos to move freely, as we can no longer keep our eyes on them. This was such a cool, stressful moment trying to balance the time spent in the Vanny mask and time watching over the endos. After disabling that node and moving through a few more linear sections, we find ourselves in a Monty cart moving to the next area. We actually see a short cameo of the never before seen.
I don't know about this ride. I want to know if this was put in here by Steel Wool to visually tell what happened to Bonnie, or if this is what Fazbear Entertainment wants us to think happened to Bonnie. Because during security breach, we know that for a fact that the employees don't have like a Fazbear approved response when talking about Bonnie. So what does that mean for this scene here?
Glamrock Bonnie animatronic as we approach the location. Emerging from the tunnel, we find ourselves in the catwalk area of the Pizzaplex.
That actually is also why we need to know when Ruin takes place. Because it would, or at the very least, like the incident of the Pizzaplex being destroyed.
We are now tasked once again with disabling more security nodes, all while making sure we don't slip and fall off the dangerous ledges surrounding us. Also working against us is Monty and the entity who are...
No, it's just the entity. It's just the entity. Monty is not there of his own free will.
We're both back to chase us down as we try to escape this area.
Notice how he's just casually walking away from Monty.
Speaking of Monty, I want to talk about this game's AI because I honestly don't know how to feel about it.
I know how to feel about it. It's worse than the first game in it. It sucks. It's just unfun.
One hand, I'm glad that the AI has been significantly changed from Security Breach. No longer will the animatronics teleport inches away from you for no reason.
Yes, they do. They still teleport.
And gone are the sections where you would have to hide, hoping the animatronics would go.
Those
away in
also
time.
really suck.
Instead, with Ruin, the animatronics
He
seem
is
to
right about
follow
that.
an almost linear path, chasing you from one side of the area to the other. This makes the
Not even.
animatronics feel less threatening.
Not even. They will just like, they know where you are. They're not even playing pretend. They just...
and more like a makeshift time limit, but at least the AI is more fair than the ones in the base game, because those ones will literally just teleport straight to you.
Chica has the gimmick of teleporting. Monty and Roxy can teleport, but they're not supposed to teleport like Chica does. I know that for a fact.
The entity's AI is the exact same way, but luckily in moments where you need to avoid both the entity and a real animatronic, the gameplay does get a little more complex.
No, it doesn't. Because you can just take off the mask, you're done with Black Rabbit, and then you can just like walk around a little bit and the animatronic will give up eventually.
After disabling the nodes, we are able to reactivate the gondola and escape the catwalks. We are then dropped off and need to hack a few different things before seeing Chica
How are you
taken
getting
away on
these
a conveyor
dates? What do you
belt.
mean? 2024? How would you... Bruh. I don't want to be
Following her, we
skeptical to a fault, but you're just... Dates are very important in the series, we know that much. So you can't just say, it's probably this, and then not have like some concrete evidence.
Find ourselves in a new area of the Pizzaplex, which seems to be centered around Chica and her cupcakes. We once again need to disable security nodes, only this time a new mechanic is introduced to us. There are now these electric coils in different areas of the game, which when...
Why did it show the section after you, Is it after you get the mask? No, it's, It is after you do the after the toaster cutscene plays, and that's the one.
Activated will prevent you from putting on your Vanny mask. This adds an extra step to each node section, as you will now need to locate this coil and disable it before proceeding to wear your mask. This does help mix up the rather repetitive gameplay of the node sections, but really doesn't add all too much. It's really just an extra button you need to press sometimes before putting on your mask.
Very
After
true.
sneaking out of Chica's area, we find ourselves in a really trippy room. Yeah, remember what I said about the game not being grounded? Well, here you go. Anyways,
This was like the most walking simulator of walking simulator chapters in the game. This one right here, this sucked. Hello, Mick, Leo. Fnaf 3 takes place in 2023. Fnaf 6. What? You can't. Oh my god, you're just throwing out dates. What do you mean?
in this server room, we need to match different shapes on the camera.
We know about the 2023 thing, but you're just throwing out dates for those other games. Those other very important games, might I add.
All while being hunted by the entity, who has now breached his way into this previously contained area. After getting through it, we find ourselves in the Roxy Raceway Salon. Here we encounter Roxy, who is now even more damaged than she was at the end of Security Breach.
We've looked everywhere. He's gone.
I have never heard that voice line. That is what intrigued me so much about this video.
Security Breach.
We've looked everywhere. He's gone.
I have not heard that voice line once.
Poor Roxy.
Huh? Who's there? You can't hide from me. Gregory.
Wow.
We need to disable a security node containing 4
Oh, look at that
wires.
wonderful lag.
This takes a long time, but after disabling it, we are able to make our way out of Roxy Raceway and down into the sewers.
Did he just skip the entirety of Roxy Salon? He's not going to talk about any of it. Oh.
Where we
Wow.
encounter Monty for the final time.
That is insulting.
Monty?
Oh no. It's him.
This
Look
was
at that
a cool
tuft of
little
hair.
section that added even
First time playing, I thought this section was so, like, laughable. I'm not gonna lie.
more to the idea that Monty is now like a real alligator,
True.
which I thought was pretty cool, even though an animatronic swimming doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
You're right, because he doesn't swim. He literally does nothing about his animation. His animations do not change at all. He's just walking. He's doing his walking animation, but now he's submerged a little bit. The angry dog? No, this guy is dumber than some random pit bull that, like, I don't know, neurons fire when they see a 3-year-old, you know?
We find ourselves once again back in the presence of Roxy, who we now need to lure using the cameras. Doing this,
Yes, one of the required sections.
we are able to get her to break down several doors, allowing us to
Wow, that
keep
was a
pushing
great
forward,
animation.
and eventually leave Roxy Raceway, although Cassie does have one last encounter with Roxy.
A very cool encounter.
Continuing our search for Gregory, we
And he doesn't talk about it at all? Bruh, this guy does not
find
really care about the
ourselves
story.
in Bonnie Bowl, one of the final areas of the game. We again need to disable security nodes to progress further, while also avoiding
Please talk about how annoying these dudes are. Please, dude, please talk about just the game not working during this section. Please.
many different threats. One of these threats is actually a new enemy, which is this horde of
This is
mini
not a new
DJ
enemy.
music men, which I just found so funny. We need to use the provided camera station in this
They are
section
pretty
to
funny.
lure the music men away, all while disabling the multiple parts of the node. This
Yup.
was the most open area of the entire game, which
True.
felt like a nice mix-up for the gameplay, which had been
I thought it felt like a nice mix-up until I realized that the music men are so annoying to deal with.
And getting rather repetitive up to this point. We now need to disable 4 different wires and are able to do it in whichever order we like. There are also multiple paths to take, which gives us more agency over this section. Also, since this section is so open, it allows a new level of exploration to the game in the form of a secret Easter egg.
Yeah, but you need to do so much more exploration before you get this. It's so... And also, it has all this space, right? As he mentioned. And there are, like, not a lot of collectibles. It's all just pats. And, like, 1 AR. 1 AR collectible. 2. There's 1, 2... Yeah, and like 3 or 4 pats.
If you ever notice during this review, throughout the game there are these wet floor signs scattered around the map, which we can disable using our Vanny mask. If we actually disable all of these throughout the game,
I wonder why you can't disable the wet floor bots when you have the mask off. That is interesting.
and disable one final one in Bonnie Bull, a curtain opens up revealing a new room.
Did this guy even play the game? That's just not what happens.
Entering this room,
No. Entering that room is you progressing with the story. The room that opens up is one of the bowling alley, what's it called? Wherever the ball rolls. There's a path that opens up where the ball would be received.
we can actually see a decommissioned Glamrock Bonnie laying on the floor. This is a really cool Easter egg. Glamrock Bonnie was one of the most heavily discussed things upon the release of Security Breach. So to
True.
see him now actually make an appearance in game is really cool. Also, Easter eggs like this encourage you to explore every area of the Pizzaplex.
True. Which is why I wish it was not as linear. I want so desperately for it to not be a linear game. Because there are cool Easter eggs. There's a lot of potential that they have with those cool Easter eggs, but they don't truly let you explore. It's all pretty much on a set path.
the best of your ability, which adds even more replayability to the game. After
It does add replayability, but the replayability is so boring because it's the same thing. There's not a whole lot that can change.
finally escaping Bonnie Bull and pushing
See, look, he just went through the curtain. He's lying. He is a liar.
forward, we find ourselves in Bonnie's room before suddenly falling down a long tunnel.
Whoa. You'll be on your way. Love that song. Love it. Hey, it's Monty. Is that? I think that's Freddy, actually. Never mind.
We eventually end up next to the Princess Quest arcade machine, and the sword from the game appears to have come to the AR world. Make of that what you will. I have no idea what this
I have indeed. Steel wool. Fire makes a shadow too.
means. Continuing on, we enter Phaser Blast, which
If this is lore significant, I'm gonna fucking cry.
you will. I have no idea what this means. Continuing on, we enter Phaser Blast, which, just like the other locations, is in complete ruin.
Wait, what do you mean? Also, he said the thing again. What do you mean you don't know what that means? Have you played? This dude is talking about the games like he's played them before. But he should know about he should know about all these things if he's played the games before. It doesn't make sense that he doesn't know anything about it because he says, I played Security Breach, I was extremely disappointed, blah 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 blah. Oh my god.
Making our way further and further down.
It sounds like he's contradicting himself, but I just don't think he cares at all. I don't think he actually cares.
We eventually stumble across Glamrock Freddy.
Freddy! Freddy? Are you okay?
Whoa. Run. Okay.
Now, his design looks pretty ridiculous, but once
It-
again, the animation
It is pretty silly. I will admit, it's pretty silly, but I think it's cool.
work is so good in these cutscenes. We now need to outrun Glamrock Freddy, who is chasing close behind us. This chase is
You're right. Keyword close behind us. Unfortunately, this is only one of the 3 chase sections. And, the other 2, no, they are not close behind you. Ever.
not really too interesting. You just need to hold shift and run forward. I wish there were more scripted sequences involved to make this
How are you not dead? What? How? Huh? Don't they have, like, crazy magnet arms? How are you not dead here?
really tense, but unfortunately this part falls pretty flat. After escaping Glamrock Freddy
So did
and
the other
entering
ones.
the Roxy party garage, we get a call from Gregory. He explains to us that we shut down all the security nodes but one. That final one being Roxy. What follows is
I feel like this was way too sudden. They should have... Yeah, I think it would have been, pretty slow. Have you tried sprintless? I feel like if they gave us more time to think about having to deactivate Roxy, that would have been great. Like, just one more chapter in between this. We get the call, and then we come across Roxy. Seeing Roxy just under a forklift is like, oh my, that's very convenient. And then it's like, oh, I guess I have to deactivate her. Oh no. It would have been great if they just let the player's mind run wild with the possibilities of having to deactivate Roxy for good. After seeing her being so kind to well, not really being kind to Cassie, but like knowing it's her and then immediately letting go, you know, like clearly there's some sort of connection here. The player knows that at this point. I definitely think they should have given this some more time.
is actually a pretty sad scene where we see Cassie reluctantly shut down Roxy, who happens to be her favorite animatronic and the only one to
That's funny.
attend her birthday.
Your special day. I remember. Your
How
special
low is my
day.
quality? Why does it look like shit?
Do you still like carrot cake? It has been some time since I saw you last. If I remember correctly, it is on the 11th.
See, right, Toast? It is on the 11th. Not it was the 11th, or it's the 11th, or something that doesn't imply that it's not... Anyway.
Because you are number 1. Twice.
Mm-hmm.
Have you booked your party? I'm sure your friends will show up this time.
So sad. I really love how they animated the eyes. It's so incredible. It doesn't make sense, obviously, because she like looks at what Cassie's doing with the fast wrench, but still,
What are you doing?
it adds so much to this scene. It is a great scene. Oh, I tried. Look at my dumbass. I tried dragging my mouse through it myself. That's so funny how stupid I am. Oh my god.
Sorry.
I love carrot cake.
That fist pound right there means so much in this context.
Happy birthday, Cassie.
Fox. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
But all of the weight of this cutscene is completely
Yeah. This scene is also too soon. Well, maybe not. It does actually give you a lot of time to stoop in your own thoughts, especially when Cassie's crying like a little baby.
removed later when it turns out Roxy is still alive. So yeah, this huge moment for the character didn't actually matter at all.
Yeah,
Moving forward, we
unfortunate.
make our way down an elevator to the very depths of the Pizzaplex. our flashlight goes out, forcing us to navigate through some pretty dark and eerie environments. Looking at most of the locations from Ruin side by side with Security Breach, there's really no competition. Ruin blows Security Breach out of the water when it comes to having actual creepy locations that feel like they belong in a horror game.
True.
While progressing through these dark underground areas, we actually
That is
stumble across
absolutely
a
true.
familiar character.
Yes.
Candy Cadet. Come get you now. I will tell you a story about a mother and a little boy who lived alone in a cabin in the dark woods.
Going through the familiar rooms of the Fnaf 6 pizzeria, we eventually find a computer named
the screen go black?
Vixens. We
What?
deactivate the security
Oh, okay.
protocols on this computer after being asked by Gregory, which in turn eliminates the entity and opens a door for us.
Does this eliminate the entity? It doesn't look like he's eliminated. It just looks like it puts him back in his cage, so to speak.
Now, I understand that I'm older now and no longer fit the target audience for FNAF, but seriously,
And that's the problem. Little children should not be the target audience for FNAF. Because of the story, specifically. It doesn't...
this feels so cheap.
That's why everyone wanted FNAF, the movie, to be rated R. Because they want a more mature story. People want mature stories. It's not... Yeah, I don't know what they be thinking making this game for children, man. People want mature stories. That's just how it is. That's why everyone hated The Witcher, I think it was, and Game of Thrones? Because it was like, oh, fuck. It was like super complex, and then they made it for babies, and it's like, well, bruh, why?
And unnerving to look at. The
Wait, what?
Now, I understand that I'm older now and no longer fit the target audience for FNAF, but seriously, this feels so cheesy for a horror game. The old designs of FNAF used to be genuinely creepy and unnerving to look at, and
True.
now one of our main antagonists for the series
Wow, I feel like I wasn't super, like, unnerved by them, but yeah, they definitely looked a lot more unnerving than they did in any of
is
this.
this goofy looking pixelated guy.
He
Also,
looks
the way
so
he gets sucked
stupid.
into the computer just feels so cheesy. I hope
And if you go out of bounds, he gets sucked through the wall, because obviously they just put his whole ass, what's it called, model through there, because, yeah, a player can't see that. It makes it easier to animate.
I'm not the only person who feels this way. Moving on, we
Scrapped mexes? What are you talking about?
enter the dark room under the impression that we just
Oh, you're not, okay. I know what you're talking about. We don't know that it was supposed to be mexes. Could have been something else. But yeah, that design is something. It's almost as unnerving as Security Breach Horse.
Gregory, but we are instead met with someone else.
You're not Gregory. What are you?
I'm Gregory. Stop! Get out of here! Run!
Oh no.
Cassie, can you hear me?
Gregory? Is that really you? I mean, really you?
I've been trying to reach you all night. I'm not at the pizza place. Something's trying to trick me.
Too many
Not
cutscenes.
Min, but the Min
Wait.
is way too many. Okay, now I don't read any of the FNAF books as there are just way too many to keep up with. And I was
Exactly. Exactly. There are too many FNAF books.
under the impression that they weren't canon, but the Mimic
No, they are supposed to be... The way Scott worded it, he said they are just as canon as the games. It's just a different perspective. So I guess it could technically be considered a retelling, a reimagining. It said looking at the story with a different lens. Or something like, I don't know. I don't know how true Scott's post is anymore, but yeah, he said we could fill in the blanks that the game has with the books. He said something like that. It's weird.
Nick actually turns out to be a character from one of the Fnaf books. I'm really split on the decision of adding this character. The positive to this is that it reverses some of the horrible story decisions made in Security Breach.
True.
For example, William Afton coming back once again after having his perfect ending in FNAF 6 can...
This ending is actually explained away because of the Mimic, and it's pretty cool.
William Afton coming back once again after having his perfect ending in FNAF 6 can now be explained away as the Mimic pretending to be William Afton. This downside, however, is this now sets a standard that things from the FNAF books can be brought over to the games with no explanation. This overcomplicates
That standard was already kind of set, if I'm being honest.
The game's story in my opinion, as I feel everything should be explained in the actual game. You shouldn't need external context just to understand what's going on. At this point though, the FNAF story has gotten so messy that throwing in a fan favorite character from the books was probably the best decision they can make. Anyways, after encountering fan favorite character at this point though, the FNAF story has gotten so messy that throwing in a fan favorite character from the books was probably the best decision they can make. Anyway,
yeah, that's not a compromise I want to take, but at this point, yeah, it is what it is. Hello, Horseshoe. How goes?
After encountering the Mimic, we now have one final chase sequence with him. The real Gregory calls us on our walkie-talkie and tells us to go to an elevator. After making it to this elevator and barely escaping with our lives, this happens.
Another fucking cutscene. This dude needs to stop showing all these cutscenes. It takes too long.
Instead of all of our
He like increased the length time, the runtime of this video by adding 10 minutes of cutscenes.
Out of nowhere, and pretty disappointing to be honest.
True.
Instead of all of our questions from Security Breach being answered, we are instead given a cliffhanger ending which only brings up more questions.
Yes.
There are also 2 other endings we can get when going on different paths during
and they both feel like they don't matter. Both endings that are not the neutral feel like they don't matter. What? I have a theory that Mimic in the Scoop Run-In killed a person when he went into the suit. If you go look inside the Mimic suit, it has bones. Yeah, we already know the Mimic killed someone by going into a suit with someone in there, but I don't think that's in the game.
In the final chase. Running over to this cardboard cutout of Freddy, we are able to use our Vanny mask once again, and putting it on
The scooped Mimic suit is like completely empty, by the way.
Shows us this.
I'm okay. I found a spot to hide.
There is also a more
Yeah, we all know what that is. Cassie is panicked and she makes a wrong turn and puts on the mask in denial of what she has to now face because of the fact that she went the wrong way. Because she knows that she can't like do anything else. And puts on the mask and pretty much just sits there and waits.
More hidden ending which
She
unlocks a
dies.
secret room towards the end of the game. Entering this room, we see what I think is the Mimic hiding in an animatronic suit getting scooped after Cassie pushes a red
I don't think
button.
that's an animatronic suit. I just think that's a mascot suit costume.
So many questions. Even sure what these endings bring up so many questions and also don't really answer anything at all. Also, just like Security Breach, I'm not
Very
even sure which
annoying.
one of these is canon.
It's definitely neutral ending. They wouldn't have a cliffhanger like that and then just like, by the way, it's not true.
So, did Security Breach Ruin live up to the hype? I would say yes. The majority of the fanbase seems to be overwhelmingly positive about this new release.
True. everyone really loves this game, and unfortunately, I'm just not one of them.
In my opinion, it did live up to its hype gameplay-wise. While the
No, it didn't. Not gameplay-wise. Gameplay-wise, it's a bit of a mess, and just walking around, pressing buttons.
gameplay is by no means perfect or even that complex to begin with, it is a huge step up from Security Breach's awful gameplay.
I don't know if it's... They are both pretty laughable in some key departments, but Security Breach just has a lot of stuff, right? It has a ton of minigames. Meanwhile, this new, more linear game is just not that. It doesn't have all that stuff that Security Breach has. And that's what I'm constantly getting stuck on when I think of my opinion of this game. I just... yeah.
Which is really all I could ask for. Now, story-wise, this game really did disappoint me in many ways, but I understand a lot of that has to do with me.
I kind of liked a lot of the stuff until the Mimic. I'm not gonna lie.
Just not really enjoying the story of Five Nights at Freddy's like I once did. It has
True.
strayed so far away from what it once was that as an old-time fan, I don't really see the appeal in it anymore. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of the game though, and if you disagree with me on anything. Anyways, thank you all so much.
Oh, unfortunate is what that is. Oh, so sad. So sad. Alright. I think the time is now. I'm gonna take a quick break, and then I'll be back and probably do Ban. Or I'll finish, fucking... What's it called? Oh, no, I can't do Ban right now. I haven't prepared anything for it. You probably don't know what I'm talking about, but it doesn't matter. I can't do Ban right now because I am not ready. Okie doke. Wait, what? Played the song again? This thing just played. Alright. I don't know what I want to do, if I'm being honest. So I'm gonna check my YouTube recommended, see if there's anything else we can watch. Or not recommended, subscriptions tab, I guess. And then I do have 2 games in mind. Okay. Because, like, I have food with me, and I don't want to just play a game and not eat it. So, this is definitely something I will watch. And then, you know, fuck it. Let's watch Easy Speasy, Run Curd Breach. Oh, we did all endings. Cool.
Today we're
Alright, there's that. Bop. And now, say hello to... Where did it go? Alright, let's just watch this. Actually, first, more importantly...
Just shut up! I'm going to kill the next person I see, I swear to God.
Hello, hi, I'm so happy to see you.
Hey, oh my God! Oh my God, what's going on?
Wow, I'm so
Hey,
happy to see you.
That's so funny. What the hell is this? I love friggin' what's it? NCS artist. He's so funny. They are so funny.
Speedrunning
I
5
don't know the
Freddy's
gender.
Security Breach Ruin. Now we'll start our speedrun as soon as we get into the opening cutscene. Here we see the boarded up pizza plex and our new main character Cassie. Cassie decided to come in here.
What ending is
Gregory's
he doing?
trapped in the pizza plex, so we gotta go save him. Now right away we're just going straight over to this ladder, and yes, there are now ladders in this DLC. So hooray, we don't get to look around us. They're kind of terrifying, but I'm sure we'll
he's not using the ladder strap.
But I don't got time to worry about that because we're getting right into our first speedrunning strategy, which is bunny hopping. This is where as soon as you hit the ground, you're going to sprint and jump. And what this does is it conserves
He's
stamina.
not
we won't want to plainly
super experienced by the looks of it.
When we're going long distances, we want to bunny hop just to make us.
But hey, I won't judge.
And right at the beginning, we also will get our flashlight.
I couldn't figure out how to do this for like
is it never runs out of power.
10 hours of just playing the game straight. It was pretty unfortunate.
But in this one, we can just use it at all times. Now we're gonna be heading up these stairs.
All the stamina, no.
Not really one. It's just something that's trying to go down the stairs. And we also see one of these staff bots who's trying to give us a flashlight. I really would have liked to dual wield flashlights, but unfortunately we can only take one with
That's
us.
facts,
kind of
dude. Oh my
but, you know,
god.
it is what it is. And we'll be heading all the way over here to this walkie-talkie where finally we can talk with Gregory. This is the main way.
Not gonna lie, I might make a video out of the
and he's telling us to go deeper
what's it called, review, because there are actually some very interesting things in that video.
Yeah,
and some interesting things that I talked about.
I'm sure this place is fine. We aren't gonna die or anything, so we'll just keep heading up. And eventually, after a bit of climbing, we make it over to the vent section. We can just head straight through here. And thankfully for the DLC, there aren't gonna be the DJ music men coming after us in the vents, so that's one less thing to worry about, even though I guess we never really had to worry about them since we are speedrunning. But one bad thing about these vents is they're kind of awful. So it is gonna collapse on us and put us right into a pile of trash, so that's kind of nasty. There's even cockroaches and stuff. I would not want to be here. But we gotta accept our reality because for some reason we didn't decide to leave Gregory and let him die. Anyways, time for our first little jump scare, which is gonna be Chica. We can come right here. She's like, oh yeah. She's looking a little bit worse for wear. But you know what, Chica? We'll talk to you later. Great meeting ya. You're a great person, but I got stuff to do. In this first little introductory segment, there are gonna be a few jump scares, but none of them kill you, so that's nice. And right here, we are gonna be able to get a Faz wrench. Now, the Faz wrench is how we're gonna solve pretty much all the puzzles in this game. So we can head over here.
Sorry, I don't know if I
down
mentioned
there,
it, but I'm
and we'll
having
go over
a
to this light puzzle. To
I'm
solve
having
this one,
some
simply,
food
we have
right
to
now.
get both of these lights in the blue area at the same time. So we'll charge up that one, then start charging up the other one, and that's gonna open up.
After this, I
Now
might
we
do
can head down
UCM.
this hallway, and yeah, this
Or,
doesn't look creepy at
finish
all.
Fears to
Cassie,
Fathom.
it is not too late to turn back.
But,
never
definitely
talk to
not Van
Gregory
Van. I
again.
need
I'm
to
sure
do
he'll be
some
fine.
prep
Well, I
for
guess
that
I'm the one
first.
controlling her, so I should
I have
probably
the
say that.
thumbnail ready,
Anyways,
but
we're gonna
just
keep going deeper. Yeah, this entire
there's
area,
some
I
other
do not
things I
know
need to
how
do to
Cassie's
prepare
able
for
to
it.
do this. I would not do this at all. Just to save a friend, I don't care about Gregory that much. Anyways, it's time for the Monty jump scare. We'll come right over here. Monty's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna murder you. But he fails, just like usual. He pushes us into some water, and we get our title sequence. But we wake up a little bit later, again, directly in trash. This game really likes putting us in trash. But we
Right?
don't have to talk
Why
about
the
it. We're
yellow
not gonna
water?
worry about how
That stuff
badly
is so
we
gross
probably right
looking.
now. Instead, we're going to enjoy Monty's Gator Golf, because who doesn't love golf? We'll start walking over here a little bit, and we will get another jump scare, which this one is going to be Maskbot. They removed Mapbot and replaced him with Maskbot, who gives us a mask. Really nice guy, maybe not as good as Mapbot, but he's still pretty cool. And the mask we're going to get is the Vanny mask, so now we're Vanny too. And the Vanny mask is really cool in this game. Basically, when we put it on, we get transported to a different reality, and now we can go through things. So like here, there's normally something blocking this path, but when we have the mask on, it is not there anymore, and we can go through it. Then we have to take it off, so we can do this puzzle, and to be honest, not too much to say about that. But we will continue on our way, going through the different bathrooms, and just putting on our mask whenever there's something blocking our path. Yeah, it's pretty cool how this stuff works together, even though it is a little weird. I would probably be...
I wonder what like the optimal putting mask on and taking mask off timing is. I don't know if anyone's actually like found out that. I haven't seen anyone like consistently do that. So I'm really interested in that.
Terrified if this thing exists. Like, there are so many warning signs that you should leave. This is definitely a horror game. But hey, at least it's a cool area. Now we get to hang out with Monty. Well, I guess that's not the cool part. But playing golf, that would be the fun part. We get to hang out with warning signs that you a little weird. I would probably be terrified if this thing exists. Like, there are so many warning signs that you...
He just skips the cameras. I told you, you can just run by it. It doesn't matter. There's no reason to even play with the tutorial.
leave. This is definitely a horror game, but hey, at least it's a cool area. Now we get to hang out with Monty. Well, I guess that's not the cool part, but playing golf, that would be the fun part. Everyone loves mini golf. Anyways,
True.
we're gonna head through here. We have to take off the mask here to get through that part, and yeah, you can pretty much see how it works. We either need it on or off to get through different areas, and yeah, we'll just be doing that a lot throughout the run. Now we're gonna see Monty again. He crawls through, not really too intimidated by him, if I'm gonna be honest. And right here is when we're gonna see this electric door. So Gregory tells us that we have to get through there, and to do that we have to turn off a bunch of security.
I'm really sad that the only way to skip this is out of bounds. It's so
Now for this part of the
unfortunate.
game, we'll be
Well, at
putting
least
on
for now, the only way to skip that is going out of bounds.
the mask going straight through here, and we got to go towards those security nodes so we can get rid of that electricity. I'll be doing a little bit of bunny hopping over here, and this is going to be what's called a child node. Basically, different objects are going to be connected via wires over to this bunny, and then we just have to solve a pretty simple puzzle so I can connect those things. That's going to breach the node, and it's going to open up a new area for us to go through, like this box. So yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff. I do not know how we're breaking reality with this, but I guess it works. The engineers behind all this stuff are very smart people, and I'm kind of terrified of them. Anyways, we're just heading through this area. We're not too worried about dying. There will be Monty in this area, but as long as we're fast enough, we won't get caught. So I will be coming out here. We can start doing some bunny hopping straight over here, and there are going to be 2 more child nodes. The first one is going to be this thing.
This section is pretty baby easy,
we'll go and
unless
get
it's your
that.
first time.
Thank you very much. And then we can come over to the right, over to this Monty sign, get the second node right there before taking off our mask, because here's where the game introduces the bunny thing. I don't really know its name, but there's a bunny that comes after you every time you're in the mask. And if it finds you, it's going to come and bring an animatronic towards you. So we just want to be careful not to let that happen, but I do have to focus on my puzzles. We'll do that one right there. As soon as that door opens up, we'll take off the mask for just a second, come over to this area and put it back on. Then we have 3 nodes here. The first one's going to be in this corner. Second one is just going to be over here. It's going to be the golf club. And third one is going to be to the left. It's going to be the Chica doll. Now, with all of those done, we can come straight to the bunny, do another one of these puzzles, which this one, it looks like is pretty simple. We can just go there, and that's easy. So that's going to open up a new path. We can take off the mask immediately, and now it's time for Monty to come back. He's gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna murder you, but he also messes
Monty
himself
is
up.
so
Yeah, that was embarrassing, man.
unthreatening,
And it is
non-threatening
funny
in
because
this
we
game.
haven't seen the bunny creature at all yet. Don't worry, we will see him later, but because we were so fast, we just don't see him. But now we're just going through the same area that we came through, using our mask, all that stuff like normal, until now you can see that the door is now no longer electrified, and we can go through it. Within this door, we can also see a working bot. You know, he's finally getting
I'm really
a break
interested
after,
in
like,
what time
10
he
years
gets.
of working straight. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past Fazbear Entertainment to overwork their bots. And we're just coming through these hallways. There's no way for anyone to attack us here, so we're pretty safe. There is going to be someone banging on this door, but we're not really worried about them. And yeah, we'll just be
there's
walking
nothing
through
actually
until
there.
we get to our next security thing.
That is most of this game. Scary things are supposed to be happening, but nothing is there.
Nice and easy, which puts us into this security room where we want to put the mask on again, and we can go towards this moldy pizza. And the second one will be this ball, and once we get those 2, we can then come towards the bunny rabbit. This puzzle, I'm gonna do one of these and one of those, so that's some good puzzles done. Now we can go through this door, and we also get to see Monty struggling, which is hilarious. Look at him, he's trying to get through that door, but he's never able to. I mean, he's trying his best, but it just looks so funny.
He's trying his best, but then he recycles his animations because he can't think of anything else.
And I know what you're saying, wow, this is a lot of the exact same puzzle over and over again, but don't worry, because
Hello,
there will be
Mama
more
Coco.
puzzles in just a little bit. But yeah, they
I'm just
really
seeing
like
right now,
giving
so I'm
you
gonna
this exact
just
same
keep
thing
watching
over
Mr.
and over
Easy
right at the beginning
Speezy.
of the game. Anyways, we will come over here and go towards this cooler. I don't even know if this is a cooler. It might be like a toolbox, but I mean, it's something. And finally, we got yet another bunny to do its puzzle, which this one actually a little complicated for once. I think we want to do that and then that one. That took me a second. Oh my gosh, dude. Chill out. Yeah, we just got the bunny to jump scare us, and he's gonna call someone near us, but thankfully we can just run away, so we're not too worried about them. That dude was annoying.
Not unless you get too close to him.
Ya, man, and that's why you can't have the mask on for too long. But finally, it's time for a different puzzle. Now for this one, what you want to do is match the symbols. So we see the Monty Gator symbol there, and we want to find it on one of the other cams. If we click on it, it gets rid of something in the environment, and we can just go through. Yeah, it's really weird. I have no idea how it works, but now we're in Superstar Daycare. And this is a part where I have lost way too many runs. Not because of the moon part, but a little bit after. You'll see in just a second. I mean, hopefully you won't see because I don't want to lose this run. Anyways, let's go through.
Endos are really
Okay, so
annoying
we're
when you're
heading
trying to
into
go
the
fast.
daycare, and right away, you're going to see some of Moon's creepy laughter. And we'll also get a tiny jump scare by Moon once we come over here. He's like,
Oh, no.
yeah, I'm going to murder you. But thankfully, we can shine our flashlight on him, and he leaves. And that's the thing. Moon is allergic to light, so as long as we have it, we can stay away from him. Now, I will come down here, and then we start moving towards this direction where we have to put on our mask, and here's where Sun's gonna come out and ask for our help. Basically, because there is no light, Moon is always out, and Sun wants us to help him get rid of Moon. And I mean, of course we're gonna help him out. That's our boy. So I will be coming straight over here where we have another one of these puzzles. The first one is gonna be 5. That's gonna be the Moon. And then we go to 3, which will be the Sun, before immediately pressing escape and then coming over here inside of the play structure. Now, when you're in the play structure, there is no way for you to die. So we are completely safe. Even though we do see the electric bunny and all that stuff, we don't really have to worry about them. Instead, we can just run straight
this
through.
section is
just
so
know that we're doing
disappointing.
well, and rescue our boy
No
Sun,
way to
because
die.
everyone loves that guy. So we'll come down
There's
here
no risk
through
in
this
the
area, come
daycare
up
section,
here,
and it is
see a
why
bunch of things around,
just
and
the
as
most
soon as we make it into
disappointing.
this area, we can take off our mask.
It
Go
is
through
what it
there,
is.
and
It
there's
was
gonna be our
supposed to be
first
so much
generator,
better.
which we can turn on, and that's going to shine on Moon and make him feel a bunch of pain.
Especially after the introduction
Now we're going to come
with
down
Moon
and
and
actually
Sun.
exit this area. Now, once you're in this area, nothing
What a
can kill you
disappointment.
except the bunny will be chasing after us if we put on our mask. So we want to go maskless as much as possible, and that just means right now we're just going to run through like normal until we make it over to this guy where we want to put our mask back on. The first one's going to be 5, and the second one will be over at 2. Then we can hit escape, go straight through here, and we're safe yet again. And there are going to be a bunch of signs telling us where to go. It's really nice of Sun to do this. I don't even know if it was Sun. Like, who's placing these signs telling us how to kill Moon? I do not understand. But you know, it is what it is, and we can get our second generator right there. I'm sorry, Moon. I love you. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Anyways, now that that is done, it's time to go directly over to Moon and take him out. So just like normal, we're gonna be following all the signs. A little bit of a creepy area, but there's tons of arrows, so it's like, who really cares? And finally, once we get over to Moon, we're gonna use our wrench right in the back of his head. So we're just gonna poke it in there, turn the knob, and there Moon goes. And to replace Moon, now we have Eclipse, who's a really nice guy. Unfortunately, we don't hear much about Eclipse in this game, but at least we get this small area. All right, man, thanks for everything, I guess. See you later. All right, anyways, he puts us right back into danger. And this part is the part where I have lost
It's so
friends.
funny
that's
how
because
that
now we have
it's
to
just
deal
not
with the
necessary to even go through
endoskeletons,
the
and we
daycare.
also still have to worry about the bunny rabbit. So I do
Because
not wanna
there's
have
not
my
a note
mask
in
on.
there,
But
so
because there are the endoskeletons,
thematically, there's
I
literally no
also
reason.
want to make sure that I'm looking at them. So
And it's
I'm going to
so
make sure this guy
disappointing.
isn't murdering me. Okay, there we go. Now, once we made it in here, we should be safe to go ahead and do that. I didn't want to have the mask on because I do not want the bunny to come after me. But the endoskeletons are very scary guys, so there's just a lot to worry about. But after just a bit, we will be able to put our mask back on. We will get that to come down, and we can go ahead and get that thing. Now I'll be coming through here. We should be safe as long as we have the mask on. But again, we don't want to keep it on too long, so we'll just come through here. Once we make it through this hallway, we'll start taking it off, and we'll just be on our way through here. Hopefully not waking anybody up. Once I make it over here, though, it's time to put it back on, just for that extra safety until we make it to this place. So of course we will be getting that node and heading directly back over to this bunny rabbit, which we can do a quick little puzzle. Shouldn't be, oops, I have to do that and then that, easy. So that is good, but the rabbit is right there, which could be bad. I might die. If we do die here, it isn't the worst death in the
I
world.
definitely think that
but
there are
yeah,
some
the rabbit
scripted
is just so
sections
annoying. Okay, game,
where
please
Black Rabbit
just
is
allow me
supposed to
live.
spawn.
So first of all, we'll get the sun, then we'll go over to number
There's definitely
4,
a few
which
in
is gonna be the moon,
Monty's,
and then we go to number 2, which is gonna be that.
works.
We'll immediately get out of there and take off the mask, and I think we're safe. Okay, that was terrifying. That almost didn't work, but now we're going directly in this guy's mouth, and we made it out. Thank you. I was very worried about that. My heart was beating because things could have went very badly, but we made it through here. And now, yet again, there are going to be more of these terrible vents that cause us to get knocked down. But this time, we're on an amusement park ride. Yeah, this is pretty much just an unskippable cutscene where we have to watch the entire thing. I mean, we do get to see our boy Bonnie, so at least that's pretty cool. But after way too long of a ride, we run out of track space, and now it tries to murder us completely. Thankfully, we jump off and just barely are able to hold on.
I don't think
and
out of
keep our
bounds
supply.
or
So, yeah,
restricted
that's
knows how
kinda
to skip that
terrifying.
cutscene.
Anyways, time to get back to the game, and like usual, we got to get some nodes. But along with that, we also have to shoot these Monty things. When we hit those balloons, you'll see that it gives us a new path. And we can
Balloons?
just go through there. There's also slippery floors, which I hate. Yeah, gotta love ice physics. I guess you can't really call it ice. It's like oil or whatever. But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff we got to worry about. But we'll probably survive. I think we'll be fine. Anyways, we're heading through here. We get some more oil, so we got to make sure we survive. And by the way, during this entire point, there is going to be Monty chasing after us. But I don't really know if you can call it chasing after us. He's chasing somewhere. He's trying to find us. Might not be the greatest.
No. No, he's not there. Unless Black Rabbit calls him, he's not there.
At it, but I mean, he's trying his best probably. But we'll come over here, try not to fall off, because that would be very embarrassing.
There's only one
Until we make it
scripted
over
section
here, we
of
have to hit
Monty
some more
in
Monty faces. So I'll go with
this
those
section.
three and take off our mask so the bunny can't come after us. Now we'll head on our way over here, try to survive. Oh, that was weird. I almost slipped off. That slippery surface is not a fun one to deal with. But we're almost there. Just gotta not die. And here's where something weird is gonna happen, where we teleport. So, I mean, that's a thing. And we'll teleport back. Now we want to come in this
Scripted
direction.
spawn right there.
Opie, at the same time, is trying to gaslight us or something. He's like, oh, yeah, you're just using your feet. I don't know about that, Opie. I don't know if Opie's actually a good person. Anyways, this is going to be our second child node, so we will take that one. And yeah, we're pretty much just hoping we don't see the bunny. You can't really see Monty at all. I have no idea where that dude is. But yeah, I'm
He's
more
not
worried
here.
about the bunny.
He just isn't.
Gotta go in the mask again to hit
He
all
can
the
only
blues,
be
so
there
I
if
will
he's
aim. This one
called
is
by
kinda hard
Black Rabbit, or
because
if you
there's
go to the
things that try
scripted
to
section
block you, but
where he is.
there we go. I like that. Let me get off there now, and we can come through this path nice and easy, which that opens up a new platform for us. Now we can come in this direction because there is going to be our next child node, which is going to be this chair over here. So I will put on my mask and start doing that stuff. Now that means there's only going to be one more of the child nodes we have to get, which for that one, we want to start heading into this direction. Gregory just said, what are you waiting for? Dude, I'm literally speed running. I'm going fast, all right? I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, when we head in this portal, this time the giant bunny monster is going to come after us, but then Helpy, with the help of Gregory, gets rid of him. I don't really know how they did it, but I mean, impressive, I guess. So now we no longer have to worry about the bunny and can just keep our mask on, which is nice because I don't like going through animations. That's a lot of work. So we'll go ahead and get this last node right here. Then we can head in this direction. There is a collectible right there. It looks so appetizing, but unfortunately we won't be getting that one. Instead, we are now coming straight over here.
He's not doing 100%.
Puzzle, which for this one,
I
like
will
worrying
forever
about the
remain
top
the
two
only
first and then getting the
speedrunner
last
who's done
one.
100%.
So we will make sure these two have plenty of juice, then go over to this one and let them all drain down, and that's going to be the stuff we need. But before we can actually use what we just unlocked, we have to come back in this area. You remember, this is where we started right when we got into here, but of course this is also where the bunny thing is going to be. So I will come there, and it's time for another puzzle. Okay, this one, it looks like we can do that,
struggling.
That, and then that, nice and easy, which is going to allow us to have a new path. All right, doing well. Now it's time to go back to the puzzle that we solved earlier, and that's because there is now another one of these Monty things that we can ride. So hooray, we gotta love some Freddy Fazbear roller coasters. And finally, after riding that for just a bit, it's gonna let us out, and we can continue on our way. But we gotta go back to finding our boy Gregory. I don't really know if I would even call him my boy. I don't really like this guy, to be completely honest. I mean, he's making us do so much work. I could be at home hanging out watching cartoons. Oh, if only I was watching Total Drama Island right now. But instead, we gotta save this dude because he's so lazy and can't do it himself. Anyways,
exactly.
There's gonna be a bunch of puzzles. First one is gonna be over here, and yep, same general idea as all of them. We'll charge up that one first.
I'm just about done.
And also make sure that has enough charge, and go to the top one so they're all blue at the same time. Now we'll start heading over to the right until we make it over to this ladder, and we can head up there. And once we make it over here, there's gonna be another puzzle. Get the top two charged up first, make sure that they have enough charge to wait with us, and then we can go for the bottom one. That's gonna get all the blue there, and now we're just heading over to that direction, which, yeah, pretty much exact same thing. I don't think I have to explain these puzzles anymore. You probably know what's going on, but there we go. We got all the blues. And now, because we have turned on all that stuff, here's where we see Chiga just kind of going through. Yeah, you really feel bad for Chiga in this game. What did Gregory do to her, man? But anyways, it is now time to go through here. We really love going through these very small spaces. I would not like doing this in real life, but at this point, we want to put on our mask, come through here, and we see a nice little cutscene. We'll see the bunny turn on an inhibitor, and basically what that does is not allow us to use our mask. So right here, we have to take off our mask, and we can't use it until we turn that inhibitor off. But yeah, another puzzle. Exact same idea as usual. Get 2 all the way up there, then we can get this last one, and there we go. And now we're heading through here, where at this point, we got to deal with Chica. Yeah, Chica is still kind of just hanging out, but it's finally time to actually deal with her, because she's going to be coming after us. Or at least a little bit. Not really, but kind of. So we're going to get knocked down here, which is kind of unlucky. And now we just have to go through these entire hallways while also dealing with the lurking presence of Chica. You'll see that once we come across here, Chica comes out. How you doing, dude? Thankfully, she doesn't hear or see us, so that's kind of unlucky for her. But I will just go through. Then we see her hand trying to get a cupcake. She's really hungry. And now we will be on our way to this one where we want to go to Cam 3, get her to go back there, and we just have to make it past Chica. I'm gonna make sure she doesn't murder me. I don't know why she doesn't have any hearing. Dude, stop.
Or eyes.
Come on,
dude. It's
so
bad.
It's so annoying. Anyways, here's where Chica is now gonna come right out here and attack us. And we have kind of a jump scare right here where we make it through there, and Chica's like, oh no, I'm gonna murder you, blah 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 blah, and then gets hit. Yeah, sorry about that, Chica, but I'll see you later. So now it is finally time to turn off the inhibitor, and once that's done, we can start using our mask again and turn on these things. So I will start with this trash
Welcome
can.
back, Pokies.
Up, take off our mask, then come backwards just a little bit over to this lollipop, and this looks like a delicious lollipop. I would love to have that, but we're just gonna use it to get another one of our nodes. Then we're going over to that.
I am done with my food. My food. Sorry, nobody gets that. We never finished Fears to Fathom 3 last stream. But also, I could do Ultimate Custom Night. So can I get a little vote? I would be doing Ban, but also, no, I don't want to be doing Ban, because that game is not fun. But also, mostly because I am not ready for it. I can't just be playing a game without entirely switching pretty much everything in the description and all that. I could play Freddy in Space too, as well. Oh, wait. There's also one more thing. There's the game Mechanisms. Interesting. I'm looking at the new Phasmo update. That looks awesome. Alright. Anyway. Back I go. Hello, Tanya. Alright, I think I'm gonna do UCN. I did promise I would finish that. There it is. Bop. And it's not where it should be. That's unfortunate. Bop and bop. And look at that. Pay attention, huh? That is the one we haven't finished. That's disappointment, is what that is. Huh. Alright. Well. Oh, by the way, for the Oof Troop timeline, I've already seen that. Yeah, that's a year old. I've already seen it. So, you know, I'm not going to be reacting to that on stream. I did not check which animatronics are in this. Oh, whatever. Surely I'll live. None of that. Oh, fuck me. Okay. That's annoying. Hurry up. 3 a.m. Okay. That's doable. How do I pronounce your name? Tranika? How's it going? Alright, I think Puppet needs to be paid attention to. Okay. Huh? You must be the one furry was talking about? What does that mean? Who is furry, and is that a good thing? Okay, we're fine. A little bit of a panic there, but we're fine. Once again, a little bit of a panic there, but it's fine. Soundproof. Oh, wait. It's 3 a.m. now, right? I knew it. 4, you little bastard. He's so mean. Ooh, shut up, balloon boy. You don't know nothing about nothing. Okay. 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 4 a.m. is coming up soon. 10 seconds. 10 secaroonies. Pop. 7. Wonderful. Oh, wait. Where is it? Pop and pop. Wonderful. Can I die? I don't think I can. I can do something special? Can you now? Oh, shit. He's here. I did not know about him. Did not know Music Man was here. Okay. We should be fine, right? Dang, we're kind of cooking. Is that bad? I don't think it is. But also, yes. You might not like, then why mention it? Can we? I think. Whatever. The final flip, huh? Oh, the power, no. Oh, the power, no. Oh, my camera died too. 800? What an L. What an L of a fucking night. You could kill me, you could kill me, you could kill me, you could kill me, and you could kill me. Bruh, what an L. Alright. And then it's the same thing. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, whatever. I guess we'll do this night without my camera working. That's fine. Alright. 2 a.m. You little bastard. Damn, that sucks. That really sucks, actually. Wow. It would seem I have perished. You're only on 10 though. Huh. What's the drain on that? "1 a.m., you bastard." So around 20 seconds. Pretty much.
Don't get distracted.
I won't. And then 20 more seconds, pretty much. Okay. Did I just... I did. Okay.
Come closer.
That was unlucky. It is what it is. You have a kimono. Interesting. Alright. Let's just fucking kill him. Balloon boy, you prick. How dare you? Pop, and done with that. The end of an era. Okay. 20 seconds.
I'm ready for my close-up.
Okay. Okay. And then 20 seconds. Technically 15, but whatever. Alright, camera's coming back on. Fear not. Oh, come on. I guess, just more than one animatronic to worry about for the music box. Where is... Oh my god.
Don't get distracted.
Wow, that was a lot. Okay. It's been a decent day, good to hear.
Smile.
Okay. I almost missed that. I was scratching my nose, and it almost ended really bad. Oh, calm down. Calm down. Does he get activated by heat? I think he's more active with heat. Okay. There we go.
Oh, that's me.
Sure is. Where is it? Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. 45 more seconds. You have to teach someone a lesson for calling your boyfriend an idiot. That sounds like first-degree murder to me. Anyway, I'm alive. Check it out. Actually, I'm alive.
Smile.
Can I? Oh, wrong button. Soundproof. That'd be cool. This is easy money. Woo! Cool. 3 fast coin-a-roonies. Cool, ladies' night. I definitely should have looked at what was on there, but hey, I guess not. It is what it is. Baby. 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 I forgot you exist. Oh, wait. Out of order, okay. You are the worst.
How unfortunate. I'm gonna do a sneaky thing.
And throw a contender in the ring. Yeah, I know. Ah, Nightmare own, huh? That's... Goodbye, baby.
I could hear you.
Oh, I need to turn on, Can I have my mouse back? Game, please? 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 Toodles? See you later. Alright, I need to turn on... She was on 1. That's crazy. Alright, I need to turn off mono audio. I had it on. Whenever I watch Dragon Ball, it only goes through one ear, so I keep having to change it to, mono. But for literally every other game, that is not helpful. That sounds so much better. Alright. Okay, now we're good to go. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Time for the special occasion, huh? Seriously, who else is here? There's just not a whole lot of cam animatronics, I guess. I guess unless it's the ducks. Huh. Wait, did I? Okay, no, you're still... Sorry, who? Oh. I see. Okay. Yeah. Tanya. Huh? Okay, so this is annoying. I'm being all wait. Chaco Chica. What the fuck? Wait, am I supposed to? I think I am. I'm guessing that was top vent, actually. Yeah, that's what I thought. Cool. Okay. I forgot you exist. Hair. What? What? Who is Tanya? I don't understand. Ah, hello, baby. Okay, that should keep her at bay, but also 30 seconds. It's fine. I need to look up what Chaco Chica does. I doubt it's anything I should be too worried about. Is it the other door? What?
Want to see the scooping room?
Okay. She was in the chat before. Interesting. Quite the lore you got going. Both halls at the same time. Oh, close both doors. Meanwhile, I think I clicked off the door, so I wasn't supposed to, or I clicked off the camera. Oh, Rockstar Chica. You right. Huh. That's interesting how it removes Funtime Foxy and Nightmare Mangle until it gets harder. Weird. Anyway, back we go. Failure awaits. What do I need to do? I'm just gonna buy the plush, because who fucking cares? It ain't that deep, and risking death is kind of not great. Okay, and just like that. Pop. Okay. And just like that, I can't do anything about that? What? Huh? Okay, let's just get under 100 real quick. Ooh, she gone. Okay. We have the death coin. So that's cool.
Yar, who touched
Who
me,
touched
bird?
me, bird? Hey, what happened? Baby, I've already dealt with you. Okay. Wait, what happened to Baby? She's just straight up not here. Hmm? What? What? What happened? Oh, looks like it worked. Help or not? Ultimate custom night, my beloved. Alright, that was something. Definitely, death coining Foxy. Wow, look at that. 360, huh? I must be real special. Okay, so now 2 Floshes. And... okay. I think I can just close the top vent when opening the camera, and then I won't have to deal with any of that. Oh, hey, baby's here. Look at that. Baby. Ooh. Oh no. I don't hear any pots or pans. Oh. Wait, what?
I may not like wet
Really? That's interesting. Oh. Okay. She won't enter if the sign is in place. Okay, but she did. Global music box, huh? Okay. So, what am I trying to do? I have completely forgot. Oh, whatever. She's not pot or panning right now.
Yar, who touched me
Who
bird?
touched me bird? Pop. Who is Tony? I'm so confused. Why this guy got buttons on the side of his, or as his cheeks? That don't make no sense. I can't boop any of the schnoots. Huh. Tree am, huh? Why is my chat being used as a medium to convey high school drama? I don't comprehend. Anyway. Okay, yeah, there was definitely a reason they would always close the vent before opening the camera. Possibility of dying is not 0, that's why. Where's Baby? Isn't she supposed to be here? She just isn't. I'm so confused.
Are you ready for my close-up?
I'm sure you are. Oh, I can't make it 20 seconds. No shot. Anyway, we're done, baby. Ooh, 8-10 is not impressive, but hey, I did it regardless. I sat through all 4.5 minutes of that. You're not a problem. You're not a problem. You could be a problem, but not if I employ my strategy. I don't think you're a problem. Yeah, vent snare. Huh? Okay, so first degree murder is happening in my chat. That's kind of awesome, but also, let it be known, Your Honor, in my defense, I had no idea what was going on. I thought it was some sort of silly game. Your Honor, in my client's defense, he was balling at Ultimate Custom Night. Overruled, Your Honor. He has 0 riz. Or, no, it's objection. Fuck it. I don't care. Anyway, let's do Ladies' Night number 3. Just killed Tanya? I don't know why you would publicize that. That's a bad idea, dude. The FBI checks the chat logs. That's just not a good idea. Come on. What are you, new to murder? Come on. Fuck, I forgot he exists. Oh, I'm so screwed. 1 a.m. I have 30 seconds. Shut up, balloon boy. You won't stop me. You won't stop me now. I don't wanna. I don't wanna. And now, you don't exist. Hello, baby. Goodbye, baby. Come off. Okay, a bit late there. Damn, I forgot.
Looks like something.
Shut up! Don't stop talking! How dare you insult me? Anyway. Alright. Let's do this again. Bop. This one. Oh, balloon, or not balloon boy. JJ, you motherfucker. That was disorienting as fuck. Damn it. 3 a.m. is not a problem. But, just the fact that you can exist is... Can I have my... Thank you. I have my cake and eat it too. I'm dead. I forgot. Honk. Alright, yeah, I'm fucked. What? Wait a minute. Who's... Oh. How did you kill me? I didn't open the cam. Anyway. Am I the cutie in this scenario? What? If so, thank you. Also, who's Tony? I don't understand what's happening. I need more lore where I can piece this mystery together. Oh, fuck off, JJ. Okay.
It seems you couldn't make it to my show.
I know. Alright, let's just get the Faz coin power up real quick. Power up, Faz coin. Okay. Challenge, Lady Nye. She replaced herself with a doll. Oh, this sounds like the Fnaf floor right now. That's crazy. JJ needs to die. JJ, you're on my list. I'm going to kill you. I swear to God. Okay, you don't exist. Pop. Now then, we're fine, right? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine, right?
Smile.
And you will be next. I wonder who this you is. Damn it. I attempted. That's unfortunate.
I'm ready for my close-up.
Well, no point in trying to close the vent now. Hello, Kit Kat Kitty. There has just been a threat upon my life. Oh, hello. Oh, goodbye. I'm just playing a very interesting game.
Don't get distracted.
Oh, I won't. Oh, Chica, please let me survive 3 more flips. That would indeed be wonderful. Who's ready to be snuggled to death? I mean, depends by who, you know? That's unfortunate.
I may not like wet.
How do I avoid her? I haven't seen like a good 50-20 run in a very long time. So I don't know how necessary or when to do the floor signs. I think I know what to do. But also, that's a lie. I cannot believe JJ is actually dick riding this hard. It's crazy. Who I am? Okay. Oh, baby, what's up? And she gone. Why is baby gone? That it? You just fucking giving up? You're like, eh. It was a good day of jump scaring. I'm out of here now. Can I get one more coin? I knew it. I knew it, dude. Oh, that's why it's so infuriating. I will fucking kill. You little asshole. Can I please get some coins? Can I please get some coins?
Uh-oh, how unfortunate. Uh-oh, how unfortunate. I'm gonna do a sneaky thing and throw a new contender in the ring.
Now that's just, unfortunate. I may or may not be completely fucked, dude. I mean, shit works for me. Let's see how long this streak lasts.
Today's all about me.
I'm sure it is. Honk, honk. She ain't got no hands. No! And take this for your troubles. Shut up, Freddy! Unfortunate. It is what it is. Okay, Funtime Foxy is completely unfair. Shit. As long as there's no one there yet.
Uh-oh, how unfortunate. Uh-oh, how unfortunate. I know how much you like to fight, so I'll add it.
What? What do you mean? Didn't I, like, just turn on? Yeah, whatever. I thought I just turned it on, but I was wrong. It's fine. It's fine. I think I did pretty good today. Tomorrow might be ban. It's either no stream or it's ban. So, we'll see. If anything, it will take place in about 12 hours, actually. So in about 12 hours, there's either going to be a stream or no stream. So, you know. I guess keep track of that if you're trying to tune in. And,
you know. Thank you for coming here. It's always nice to have someone in chat, even when they are acting out their wildest fantasies in roleplay. Snuggle me into I'm dead. What the hell is happening? Anyway. Yeah. That's cool. It's always nice to be entertained. So, yeah. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you so much. And with that being said, that's about it. Have a day. Love y'all.